Hello, I am back. I think there's an ad. Is there an ad right now? Of course, there's an ad. Think I speak Spanish? I don't know. I think it thinks you're worldly. Maybe. TikTok thinks I speak German, so if that helps. I accidentally sat at this desk for 4 hours straight and edited. I did not mean to. It just sometimes you just get in that flow state of working. So it's fine. But then I was like, okay, that's unhealthy. So at least when I have Hermes, he gets me up, I usually don't do a 4 hour sit down and edit type of thing. Usually I can, go and get things done. You know what I'm saying? So, Spanish is simple. I feel like Spanish, it depends. Did you watch the Red Bull car? We tried on stream, and the timing, I got sent photos by someone that was there. I did not go to the launch. We talked about this yesterday. We were live for the not launch. I want a game, but I'm on this computer, and I don't think I could game and stream. I literally just had to reset this PC because my beefy edit that I was doing was apparently too much for this laptop, and so I had to full on reset the laptop because it was just it wouldn't let me open OBS. It was that application isn't open anymore. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm trying to open it, so I had to reset everything. It was weird. But I sent the, not rough edit, mostly the final edit. In a perfect world, this is the final edit. It's for the Mahinder video. It's just there's things that I need to blur out, but I wanted to send it to Colleen to get her opinion on it before I do any blurring, in case she's like, oh, we should add more or take something out, etc. beforehand. Hi, Kimon. But yeah, I've just been editing. Also, my nose is mad at me still. I did just take a ton of nose spray, though. So, let's see. Have you guys seen this, weird follower count thing? This weird, $20 million show that was supposedly going to happen for streamers. I only heard about it through Moist Critical's content because I kept getting served his videos, but I've been so offline. Basically, a bunch of streamers, seemingly those that were represented by Mythic, announced that they were going to go on this reality show that was for fans and streamers with a $20 million prize pool, which is so comically large. It's impossible. I don't know how anyone listened to this, frankly, because apparently the reason that a lot of people signed on was they believed that it was an Amazon-backed show. Even then, why would it be $20 million? Then when the website went live, but people were like, hey, this is a lot of weird AI-generated art. I think you're promoting a scam, because it was also getting money from the fans, but the fans weren't. It just didn't make sense. Frankly, I'm shocked no one asked more questions looking at it. Charlie apparently talked to, I think it was Extra Emily was the one that he was able to talk to, and she sounds and it sounds like what was pitched to Mythic and was then therefore pitched to the streamers is completely different than what actually ended up going live. So the fraud was also on these streamers and they were just trying to legitimize it. But then also live stream fails, as in the Reddit page r/livestream fails, was also involved. And the main mod of live stream fails has now been forcibly removed from modding r/livestream fails because of all of his involvement in this and like in using livestream fails to promote a scam. And he put out a video basically being like, if it weren't for the fact that Reddit gives no support to moderators, this wouldn't have happened. And I'm just like watching this video, I'm like, I'm trying to like think nicely, but also I'm like, I think you were a power, money hungry dude and they got you, you know, like, cause, you know, as far as the Mythic thing, I mean, I'm very adamant about this. Like, I trust my management a lot. They know me really well, and they know, like, what I will and won't do. But, like, there have been times where, like, my management has come to me with something, and I'm like, I scroll through the website 1 second or whatever, the pitch deck, and I'm like, hey, there's AI art in this. I don't, like, can we ask about this at the very least? Or, you know, like, there's a level of due diligence that I do still think is important for creators to have, even if their management comes to them with something. Just because I think that it's like, it's not like you don't trust your management. It's not that I don't trust my management. It's just like, I don't expect them to be able to catch everything. Their job is to make sure that, one, I'm not getting taken advantage of by a brand, we're all getting paid properly. It's a, you know, what X, Y, and Z. But like, I don't expect them to do my level of thorough investigation all the time. You know, I have them there so I don't have to do that. But I still do a level of due diligence, you know? Think of the mods. Yeah, basically it was like, yeah, if you offered money or support, like, this wouldn't have happened. And it's like, or absolute power corrupts absolutely. Like, the start of the video was wild, because it's like he's talking about the reason he wanted to be a mod is because mods had, like, power. Which is wild. Still gotta cover your ass. Yeah, you know, it's like there's things you gotta ask around. That's why I think a community of creators is so important. Because sometimes, you know, I've worked with companies that I'm like, these are great. And then I've worked with companies where I'm like, these suck. You know, and I don't find that out till later. I realized I haven't checked. Detroit. Sorry, I'm trying to make dinner plans with friends for when I'm back, and it is stressful. Mod for power. It's like actually a wild video. Like, I couldn't get through the whole thing. I was just like, wow. Like, I don't want to put this dude on blast, but I also kind of want to put this dude on... I don't want to put him on blast, because, like, he's been removed from his post, you know? Like...
Hello, Spez, Mr. CEO of Reddit.
Okay, do you guys want to... Is this... I think this is real. I feel bad. This dude's got... It's got 83K views. Okay, people have found it. Probably from Charlie's video. Apparently, a lot of people were, like, still gonna try and stay on, but then when Moist Critical made his video on it, let's see... Hang on, let me... Give me a second, chat. Nope. There we go. So this is stale. Let me put you down below me. There we go. All right. So if you guys want to watch this, we can. Can you hear it if I play it? Hold on. Let me know if you can hear. I don't think the audio is working. Let me add. Hang on. Do I not have audio for screenshot? Add element. Audio input capture. Okay. No, cancel. Cancel. Okay. Browser. Mac OS audio capture, is that it? Google Chrome. Thank you for following, Faith. Okay, I think this is it, chat. Properties. Hang on, tell me if you can hear this. I'm echoey? Okay, hang on, it might be me then. Okay, wait, hang on. Can you hear me now? You can hear that, that's the mic. Okay, properties, application Google Chrome. Can I not do... I swear, we had audio. You are back to normal. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I'm trying to get this thing to work. Mac OS audio capture. Thank you for following. I think I just might not have the right audio. Yeah. Let me see if you can hear this. I don't think you can.
I hope you have received this public video that I have created and sent to you via your email. If not, I hope anybody who cares about the topic in this video can get this to him in any way that you can. This video is about a topic of deadly seriousness, and that is of Reddit moderation.
I turned the volume down. Can you hear it now?
Platform. But first,
we're on the same computer.
I'm Brian.
You're gonna hear it.
2000 or Tarot Card. I was the top moderator of your #1 gaming subreddit, r/live.
1 second. Can I do this? What can I do? Hang on. Let me get my headphones. Is there an audio jack? Oh, I don't have an audio jack. What's it called? Okay, hang on. Because you're on the same, the mic is next to the speaker. I'm on a laptop. Okay, hang on. Okay, hang on.
Live stream failed. Before I was recently removed from that position
Can you hear
by
it?
the Reddit Code of Conduct team. I became a Reddit moderator for one reason. And that is because I think that Reddit communities and correspondingly its moderators have massive power and influence, and for some reason, nobody seems to notice, care, or take this seriously. Least of all, its moderators or the company. In this video, I will go over why I believe this, and I will...
Let me start over.
Hello, Spez, Mr. CEO of Reddit. I hope you have received this public video that I have created and sent to you via your email. If not, I hope anybody who cares about the topic in this video can get this to him in any way that you can. This video is about a topic of deadly seriousness, and that is of Reddit moderation and the state of your platform.
I have it all the way up.
Some background. I'm Brian, or Stale 2000 or Tarot Card. I was the top moderator of your #1 gaming subreddit, r/livestreamfail, before I was recently removed from that position by the Reddit Code of Conduct team. I became a Reddit moderator for one reason, and that is because I think that Reddit communities and correspondingly its moderators have massive power and influence, and for some reason, nobody seems to notice, care, or take this seriously.
I became a Reddit moderator because I think that Reddit mods have massive power and influence, and no one seems to take this seriously, let alone Reddit or its moderators. Sir. Oh, I definitely think he has like a beauty filter on or something. It's like when I'm live on TikTok and I have like the beauty filter on. I don't have one on here because I don't know how to set one up. Apparently there is a way you can do it on OBS. I just don't want to deal with that. We demand to be taken seriously.
Least of all, its moderators or the company. In this video, I will go over why I believe this, and I will also talk about a code of conduct moderation action that was taken against me due to good faith mistakes that I believe were caused by a clear lack of direct material support that the company gives its moderators. I
normally wouldn't do this, but I don't know if this is a filter, or if this is actually his hair. But men, if your hair gets to this state, okay, and you don't want to do like a toupee or like a top piece, if you don't want to do that, okay, I highly recommend you go on r slash shaving my head or r slash bald now or something, and it's a bunch of men who couldn't grow their hair properly and they finally shave their head, and they, one, get hotter, and two, are infinitely happier immediately. Sometimes you just got to let it go. You just got to move on. You got to shave the head. Okay. I highly recommend it sometimes, because it's that, or we start taking, a biotin or getting some Beyonce's Sacred up in here. You know what I'm saying? And see what happens. Looks so much better. Dude, the amount of... I don't know why men are so anti going bald. I know there's like a lot of bits like, he's bald, she's bald, and she's attacking people who have hair. Like, I get it. I get that's a bit. But like, most of the time, the men look better once they just decide to shave their head, and they feel better. Because I feel like you'll probably be more confident, and also, like, once it's kind of like releasing, when you're just like, I could just stop fighting this and just get rid of it, like, this is already going to happen. I think it's once you commit to a bald look too, then you're the bald guy. You know what I'm saying? Then you immediately have like identity, as the bald guy. So I'm just saying it's an option.
End the video by talking about what you, Spez, can do to fix this problem, as well as what I and other communities can do in case Reddit does not solve this very serious mismanagement problem regarding the lack of support that is given to moderators. First, I will go over the code of conduct action and why I was removed as the top moderator of r/livestreamfail. This sounds like stupid internet drama, I know, but I'm going to talk about how this is a very clear example about how Reddit's mistakes causes very serious problems to Reddit's community and the company as a whole. Here's what happened.
Listen, I wanted to say, ICE is ripping families apart. You know what I'm saying? Like this is stupid internet drama. And I think that's okay to acknowledge, because life does happen, okay? It's okay to acknowledge. Like, I'm literally at a fucking car show in Detroit right now, okay? And I think there was ICE sightings here in Detroit, okay? Like it's okay to acknowledge this horrible shit, and also acknowledge, like, hey, I need to find a way to get through the day. And for this guy, it was being the top mod of live stream fails. You know what I'm saying? Like, multiple things can be true at one time. But let's not get it twisted. Thank you for following. This is stupid internet drama. 100% it's stupid internet drama. But also it's stupid internet drama that led to direct scams. You endorsed, like, you don't know this part yet, but he endorsed a game show that was a scam that people, unfortunately, gave money to. So that's why you were removed. You promoted something and put the live stream fail like name onto something that was a scam. And what the fuck? My hotel room is haunted. It's ICE. They're coming. Duty to society, of course he thinks this matters. And it's like, it can matter to him. Like, I don't want to discredit, like, this seems like it was a good part of his life. And so, like, that's important to him. But, like, in the context, it's the same way where I'm like, I have a job, I am a full-time YouTuber, but I'm never going to sit here and be like, my job is so hard as a YouTuber. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love my job. It's the greatest job ever. There are things that I don't like about it, but I'm never going to sit here and be like, you don't know how hard it is to be a YouTuber. Like, it's like, things are different than other things, you know what I'm saying? And it's okay to acknowledge these differences. But this is stupid internet drama. The same way me sitting here and, editing for 4 hours is a stupid creator thing that I just got into, like, a working hole. That's it. Like, these are not legitimate problems. We can acknowledge them, but, like, this is stupid internet drama. But you also, if anything, it's worse than stupid internet. He's thinking it's like, no, this is a big deal because Reddit didn't support me, which is why this happened. This is not stupid internet drama because people were defrauded out of money. You know what I'm saying? Like, until those people get their money back, you have engaged in a fraudulent practice, So, yeah, let's go. His L is not an L? Yeah, basically.
There was an announcement related to a live stream related game show called $1 Million Fan. It was basically a game show like Survivor or Big Brother where fans of a streamer
I will
compete
finish this
in
box
different
of
challenges
tomorrow.
with an influencer or a streamer for various prizes. The kicker here is that there was a grand prize of $20 million, supposedly.
Deranged.
This was supposedly going to be aired on Amazon Prime, and it was also confirmed to be including a couple of mid-sized and large streamers like Alexandra and Andrea Botez, Extra Emily, Canute, and a few others. Additionally, the opportunity was supposedly brought to these streamers by a company called Mythic Talent, which is a well-respected streamer agency that represents hundreds of live streamers. I heard about the game show a few hours after it got announced by a couple major live streamers. It sounded like the perfect type of content.
$20 million, which would make it, I think, the largest prize pool for a reality show of all time. Respectfully, Amazon's not putting that behind Twitch. Why the fuck would they put it behind Twitch stream reality show? Like, let's be realistic here. For the prize pool. That's, again, the prize pool before production costs, which let's say it's at least another $10 million. So this would be a $30 million, like, game show. Are we serious? Are we joking? Before taxes, let's be real. There was never going to be taxes because there's no fucking money, dude. This isn't real. This is all fake.
For a live stream fail. I mean, reality TV, game show, live streaming, gaming, that's perfect for LSF, which is about fun, crazy content about kind of live streaming gamers. So when I heard about this, I was very excited. I immediately reached out to the organizers to see if we could set up some sort of a collaboration. This collaboration would just be to get cool content on the subreddit. No, financial incentives, no moderators being paid, basically none of anything like that, just fun, cool stuff for the community in the subreddit. For collaboration.
Fun, cool stuff. I don't get, what does he think what do you think live stream fails is, chat? Because I only ever see live stream fails when it's a crash out or someone breaking something. And I don't know if that's, fun, cool, unpaid stuff. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's like a mocking thing. Like, this was never going to be like, I don't know what this explanation, either he is like truly, delusional is not the word. Pie in the sky about what live stream fails is. Like, this is an engaged online community about cool things happening in live streaming. Either he is never logged into his own subreddit that he is the mod for, in which case he's a bad mod, or he's just bullshitting out the ass and hoping he's dealing with people who don't log on to live stream fails. Maybe it's a troll, who knows?
The first obvious thing that came to mind was how do we get their content on the subreddit? Either some super fans or some editors could clip some cool hype moment from the show and then post it to the subreddit. But I also had a stretch
I'm going to
goal,
use that more.
and that
then
was,
they clicked
what
post.
if LSF could be part of the show in some way? I don't know, there could be like a LSF-themed best clip contest. Like, contestants compete in one of the kind of small challenges, they make the best clip, and then somebody kind of wins a prize at the end. It was a stretch goal, though. So I reached out to the organizers, and to my surprise, they immediately understood what LSF was, what power it had, and they even agreed to the stretch goal of like the cool competition to have in the.
As far as like, fuck you, Gemini. As far as like Reddits relating to streamers, that's the one that most people know about is live stream fail. Okay, They'd immediately knew what live stream fail was. Of course they did. You're a massively popular live stream related Reddit page. What are we talking about? Yeah, also what power? I agree. Was this guy paid to promote the competition? Probably. He didn't get paid to do anything. He didn't get paid whatsoever. So then what the fuck? He had to have been promised something on the back end. He had to be promised something. This is deranged. Because none of this makes sense. Because if all of this was happening on stream anyway, people would have been posting the clips to live stream fails regardless. And by better, I mean, okay, let's go. I'll stop pausing. I'll stop pausing.
The actual show, from
This
my
is
perspective,
20 minutes.
this felt like one of the coolest things that a subreddit has ever done. I mean, being in a freaking reality TV show in a topic that's directly related to the subreddit, how awesome. And then...
I'm so sorry. How awesome. It's the way he says it. How awesome. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We did it, right? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, my God. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I really try not to, like, be mean to people. I really do. But I'm also like, dude, I need you to touch. Like, this is who I need to touch grass. You know? These and the dudes making full videos on TikTok about how Kai Cenat is like trying to brag that he can read when he clearly is kind of struggling to read, you know? And I'm like, what do you mean he's being performative? If he gets anyone to read, I don't give a shit. Anyways.
Then, you know, maybe I could leverage this to get even more opportunities, either for our subreddit or for other subreddits across the entire platform. That's how I felt, at least. And that's clearly not how it worked out. After they agreed to kind of a couple of these kind of requests.
Can I be so, okay. His cadence and tone, that's what I wanted to happen at least. And that's not how it worked out. You know, like the way that he's, this vernacular is, it's such an internet dialect. It's fascinating. I feel like I don't see this exhibited much anymore. This is fascinating. I've only seen bits and clips of this because every time I like wanted to watch more, I was like, I don't think I can get through this. But now I'm with you guys, so you guys are suffering with me. No, I don't doubt that this is a real vernacular. I don't doubt that this is like a real intonation of how he's talking. It's just it's not. It's one of those things where it's like, I've also heard people put this on for a troll video. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, this is a very easy way. Like, I could do this, you know? Like, that's obviously not how it worked out. You know, like, I'm moving my head a lot. But, like, this is an easy to put on dialect at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Rage bait. I don't know if it's rage bait. Like, I'm assuming this is the mod, but I don't know. We're just going to keep going.
Requests that I had in my stretch goal, they immediately started moving very quickly.
I don't get the stretch goal element of this.
You know, we wrote up an announcement and they wanted this out within like 24 hours. So we quickly worked to make an announcement.
Okay, that also... Red flag, okay. Let's go through red flags of, if you've never done business or anything like that, red flags of working with a company like this. Anything that happens this quickly is usually a red flag, okay? I've had a few friends that have called me before for something. Oh, I'm so sorry. Mon, you won the Swell Grand Prix. I'm so sorry. I don't have the flag. I just realized you subscribed with Prime. I'm so sorry. Hi. I was distracted. That was 10 minutes ago. I'm so sorry. Anything where someone's like, we need to do this immediately, it's usually a red flag, okay? Obviously, there are special cases, but like the forcing of things to be out this quickly, especially because you may be the top mod, but like in an instance with Reddit like this, it'd be like, hey, do you need to talk with the other moderators? You know, like is this do you own the sub, which you don't, but like, do you own the subreddit? You know, things like that type of concept, you know. Do you have, hey, we need to have a lawyer look at this, like, statement. Like, why are you doing a statement without any form of, like, actual agreement? You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'll look like him in about 5 years. Just shave your head before that happens. You're good.
Announcement together, and I posted it the next day. When I posted it, everybody in the comment section immediately yelled, scam, 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 scam. This initially didn't actually worry me because no matter what we do, people call it a scam. I mean, I've done AMAs with the Twitch CEO. People called that a scam.
Yeah, that's Reddit. But also, my dude, it should have worried you. Yeah. Like, I don't get, like, that, and I get it, like, once everyone yells, like, woke, I do, let me put it this way, okay. Online, especially when you're extreme, this is why it's so important to touch grass, okay? Like, I'm not being an asshole, I'm, like, being honest. You have to go out into the real world and talk to people, you know what I'm saying? Because it can be really alarming to go online and just see, say, like everyone talking about Renee Good on Twitter and seeing Republicans being like, it's a good thing she's dead, actually, you know? And it's like, but then you go out and you talk with people and it's like, that poor woman, that was disgusting. I can't believe they did that to her. And it's like, okay, this is real life. Like it's not just this insane echo chamber online. You know what I'm saying? And so, but the same thing can happen where if you're online, when everyone yells scam, cult, racist, woke, whatever, you know, across the board, far left and far right, okay, across the board with everything. When you title something as everything, if you are only online, it can be actually very hard over time. It's kind of the same brain rot thing where it's hard for you to decipher what is actually a scam, what is actually a cult, what is actually racist, because you start writing things off because you're so used to people calling it the same thing. They call everything a scam, so therefore that doesn't mean it's a scam when this thing is so very clearly a scam, you know? Like you have to factor in touching grass and talking with real humans into your day-to-day life. So you still develop you maintain your critical thinking. Same with AI. Like you know when you talk to someone who's just using AI, who can't have a conversation. It's not even I wouldn't say I think it's not necessarily the echo chamber. I think it's an effect of the echo chamber more so than it's the echo chamber. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I feel like it becomes a lack of discernment when you even start, it's not even just like, oh, I'm right, this is wrong, everything's a cult. It also becomes, okay, well, I know this isn't a cult, therefore people calling it a cult or the people calling this a scam, it's not a scam because I'm right. And they always say everything's a scam in that same way. It's more so the effects of the echo chamber rather than the echo chamber itself, you know? Really good goal. Very nice. Yeah, okay. Let me continue. But like that's like I really, you know, I emphasize like talking with people, talking with strangers, reading, you know, going outside, touching grass. I'm in the snow. I'm out here touching snow, you know, because you have to be able to develop your sense of discernment and critical thinking. And unfortunately, they would love us to all discount these things from the effects of the echo chamber. You know what I'm saying?
And I was also thinking,
like for example, okay, sorry, I know I was literally just about to unpause it, but like this seems like some of you have seen this video already. Does he mention talking with any of the other mods in like a Discord or anything? Was he doing all of this unilaterally? Because like this seems like something that is also very avoidable if there was a group of people that he was talking to within this subreddit. You know what I'm saying? Like, the same way I talked about how for the creators that got involved in this potential scam, I think that this is why it's so important for creators to have a community of other creators, not just people that are like like you should have real friends that are like offline, that have no invested interest in your career whatsoever. But I do think it's important to have creator stuff so you can all talk to each other and make sure, one, that you're not being fed misinformation back and forth. One of you is not being told you're a star. Another one is not being told that like, oh, actually you're getting more money than everyone else, you know? Like there's a reason you should talk with people. And this also seems avoidable if he talked to literally anyone else. I watched Charlie's video in this and he didn't play the whole thing. Okay, we'll continue.
the thing like, Like, multiple major live streamers were involved, Mythic Talent was involved. Surely they had done their due diligence, right? Additionally, the thing that people were the most skeptical about was the $20 million grand prize.
20 billion.
This initially confused me
Yes.
as well, but once I heard that, Amazon Prime was allegedly involved, my initial concerns were assuaded. I mean, think about it. Amazon Prime has spent lots of money on tons of shows, and, I didn't necessarily think that the show was worth $20 million, but, that doesn't mean that Amazon Prime wouldn't fund it. And, if LSF involved,
Right there as well. I didn't necessarily think the show was worth 20 million because it's not. The prize pool was 20 million, which means the show minimum would probably cost an additional minimum 10 million before marketing. Unless they truly were like, we're going to spend no money on marketing, the content creators are going to do all the marketing. As a show concept, this doesn't work to begin with, but like this is a fundamental misunderstanding of how game shows potentially work. I'm lowballing it by saying 10 million production cost, okay? I'm lowballing it excessively.
was involved, maybe it would actually succeed. Maybe my involvement alone could make the $20 million kind of investment worth it. Who knows? At least that's what I thought. Now here comes the next part of the story, when things get a little crazy.
No, it doesn't make sense because like when it was announced, like when it dropped, Livestream Fails was already involved. So the method of how he found out about it doesn't even really make sense. So I don't know if he's trying to make it seem like he was like a savvier dude than he was. Like he saw like, let's say an Instagram post or something. And he decided to reach out to them and be like, haha, I want to do this thing. But instead, but he mentioned all these people were involved. So it's like either they sent him that pitch deck, which they obviously, I don't know how they could have. Like a lot of this doesn't make sense.
The next day, a major live streamer who was involved in the show, Extra Emily, said on her stream that she kind of saw all of these comments about people.
Yeah, so cute. Hi, welcome in. There was a game show announced that was going to basically be a game show that was involving streamers and their fans that supposedly had a $20 million prize pool. The website had a bunch of AI art, and it was very weird. It had like massive streamers attached to it and live stream fails attached to it. This doesn't make sense because what he has described, the timeline, he's leaving something out of the timeline. Something is not making sense here. Because when it went live, Livestream Fails was already attached to it. So I think he's leaving out a chunk of the timeline. Like there's a bit here that doesn't make sense. Because in Charlie's first video, he mentions Livestream Fails involvement. And that was before, I don't know. We'll keep going. We'll keep going.
People calling it a scam, and they even saw that LSF was involved, and this was apparently unacceptable to her, so much so that she was considering kind of dropping out of the show or kind of looking into seeing if kind of the whole thing was a scam or not. After seeing this, I brought the concerns to the organizers, and the organizers told me that they were currently in talks with the agents to resolve this, and they told me in no uncertain terms that the show was not canceled and was still going on. So me being somebody who didn't really have a lot of, information into the situation, and me, trusting these high-powered agents who represent these multi-million-dollar kind of celebrities, I trusted that they would kind of get to the bottom of this and kind of resolve these concerns.
But that's not who you were dealing with. You weren't dealing with Mythic. You were dealing with the people for the game show. So this doesn't even make sense. So either you truly had your head in the sand. Did he put...
Quickly. During this time period, I saw and deleted a lot of unsubstantiated claims about the show and the mod team. There were accusations that I knew to be untrue, such that, the mod team had accepted bribes or, had some sort of financial involvement with the show. And I knew that they were not true because I was the one who had this idea the entire time, from start to finish. This happened a couple days. And what I can tell you, for those who, may not believe that for most moderators, I'm a highly paid software engineer working in San Francisco. I do not need to take a couple $1,000 bribes from, random internet scams. Okay, I was doing this because I legitimately, care about the subreddit, and that's why I spend my time on it. I thought it'd be kind of cool events for the sub. I'm talking about this and kind of the deleted comments because this is apparently some big no-no in the Reddit TOS or something, or maybe it's like an
I was gonna say that's why you got banned, bro. I thought he got banned because he promoted this thing and put Livestream Fails' name on it. And that's why they got banned. No, you got banned for abusing modding privileges, which they're very... If the rules of the subreddit are not violated, then they got your ass, dude. A mod unaware of TOS? What? Yeah. This whole video is, again, a message to the CEO of Reddit. This is crazy. No, he does think he is a professional mod. This doesn't
an unspoken
like
rule
he believes that.
Where if you're involved in some sort of promotion and it ends up not working out or it ends up being
Yeah, so
a
it is also
scam or
that.
something, if you have deleted comments that have accused it of being a scam, well that shows a cover up or some way. It shows malice or bad faith or something. So that's why I'm kind of talking about that.
So I'm assuming this also comes down to a free speech argument on top of that, with not deleting comments that are not, violating TOS. But also, if there is a scam involved, you could potentially, if you're deleting these comments, whether you believe it or not, if there's a speculation of a scam happening, and you are the one that's deleting comments, then you could potentially open yourself as well, like you're involved here. But also you could potentially open up Reddit to liability because it's like, hey, there are people, we have proof and statements from people, affidavits claiming that they pointed out that this was a scam, but their comments were deleted. We need you to pull your logs. We need you to do X, Y, and Z. Like, you are not just acting on behalf of the subreddit, you are acting on behalf of Reddit if this were to become a $40 million lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? Ugh, 1 second. Sorry. I wanted to get rid of that dude who's commenting poo poo pee pee poo poo on stuff. Thank you for the 100 bits. Thank you, Cat Shield. Katie, is it Katie Shell or Kate Shield? Because my brain wants to put it all together. Having external links, it is what made Reddit act. It having external links. Yeah, I got you. No one told me this was a scam, deleting every comment, calling it a scam. Yeah, exactly. Like especially if, because we have no idea of knowing what these comments were. If they were these could have been very detailed. Hey dude, so this company blank, which is the one putting this on, is actually linked to money laundering scams in X, Y, and Z state. We have no way of knowing exactly what details and information was in there. Maybe get a mod for a stream. Let's see. Okay.
About this is because this was specifically a reason that was brought up regarding why I was kicked out as a mod on a live stream fail. And finally, I want to end this part of the story by talking about how Moist Critical made a video critical of the situation. And then about 30 minutes after this kind of video got released, I got reached out by the organizers of the events and told that 5 live streamers in the event had dropped out and that therefore the event was canceled and I should take down the post. In this video that Moist Critical had that was critical of the event, Moist Critical brought up points about how an image on the marketing page was AI generated, or that the domain name was registered in Iceland, or that basically just the whole thing, it smelled bad. That's what he did. He did this motion and he said it smelled bad. But beyond that, it doesn't seem like he did much research. I don't think that he reached out to any.
Bro, neither did you. You didn't do research. That's your defense, is that you didn't do research. Also, I'm so sorry. Like the amount of times that like Charlie, Marquez, like any person that is critical of anything gets told we've killed something because we pointed out that it was a fucking scam is wild. It's like, I'm sorry, I smelt shit, so I said it was shit. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Like, like, how dare you point out that I'm trying to defraud people? I am so sorry I've ruined your grift. What are we talking about? What do we mean? Like, you looked at the website and it looked like a goddamn scam. Like, what are we talking about?
Any of the organizers. He certainly didn't reach out to me. And I mean, I don't know if he reached out.
Why would he? You're a mod. Why would he reach out to you? Who are you? I'm so sorry. I'm trying to take this seriously. I really am. But I'm baffled. I'm baffled. Truly baffled.
Reached out to Mythic Talent or any of the streamers. Now I want to stop people here because this is very important. And I think this is something that not a lot of people might have noticed. And that important point is that nothing in this situation has yet to be definitively proven as a scam. I repeat, there is no definitive, at least public information yet, that anything fraudulent, malicious, or illegal has happened in the situation. The only confirmed things that we have right now is that I guess there was a website, looked a little weird, there was some bad publicity, everybody called it a scam, and then a bunch of streamers dropped out, and then the event got canceled, and everybody got refunded. None of this is illegal. None of this is proved to be a scam, at least yet. Maybe I'll eat these words. And yes, in retrospect, there are certainly some things which we could call yellow flags or even red flags. But
yellow flags. You guys give me shit all the time for throwing allegedly into there. But like, I throw allegedly into things to cover my own ass. It's like a small disclosure. But like, I as someone who's been threatened to be sued a few times, you know, I've been threatened to be sued a handful of times. You know, usually the allegedly covers my ass because I'm displaying my opinion, which is also what Charlie is doing. Hey, this looks like a scam. This is looking to be fraudulent. Yes, we cross into actual scam and fraud are similar tones, but like a fraud is an actual like offense, okay? A scam, hey, this looks shifty, I don't like this, whatever. These are terms, you know, but like an actual fraud is the charge, you know? And so you're right, sure, now because these things were called out and things were refunded, you're right. This could have been fraud in the making, but fraud had not technically happened yet, sure. Okay? Firefest, like, yeah, like Firefest was literally wire fraud. Like Firefest was a ripoff. It like a ripoff, a scam. Like just because something was delivered, like start and finish, doesn't mean like technically. I think the Willy Wonka event was. I think they got caught for false advertising, but like it's a thing that happened. The event happened. You may not like it, but still, you know, using the phrase "yellow flag" is very funny. Let me just continue. Let me go ahead.
That being said, I don't want people to go into this thinking that there was some proven malfeasance or something when there really is a possibility that a lot of this could have just been kind of bad organization and things just fell through.
Welcome back to Swell Entertainment, where again, bad business practices can look like a scam and often result in scam behavior. fraud, lying, misleadment, things of that nature. So maybe the intentions were good, maybe it wasn't an initial scam, but there are still other things that can happen in there. Bad business does still result occasionally in scam behavior, fraud, jail time, whatever the fuck, okay? As I stated, A Million Lives Festival, okay? A Million Lives Festival. At some point in that whole production of that event, the person organizing it had to have realized, I am in over my head. I cannot deliver on what is promised. And as soon as that moment happened and she continued to lie and continue to try and go through with the event because it will just be fine, that's where we start getting into fraud territory. That's where we start getting into ripping off the authors, ripping off the performers, and misleading everyone involved. That's where we get into that territory, that moment, okay? Now, whether there's a fraud charge in there, money laundering, wire transfer fraud, credit card fraud, check fraud, unpaid invoices, things like that, okay? Defrauding your contestants of a show, ripping off charity, things like that. Like, these things can be the individual charges, but the whole thing in and of itself, that event was a scam, whether there's a charge or not. You know what I'm saying?
True. Just because something's a bad idea, just because something is misorganized, that doesn't mean that anything illegal happened. You know, I still haven't gotten confirmation about kind of the Amazon Prime kind of a thing. I think that is the biggest unknown right now is
that's not the
I don't know about
fake.
this supposed Amazon Prime deal, if it exists or not, because maybe they were in negotiation with them. Maybe a contract was in the works but hadn't been signed yet. I'm not really sure yet. We'll have to see. And then kind of I'll end the story by talking about why.
I want to back this up because I want to make sure I understand what he just said before I comment.
In negotiation with them about kind of the Amazon Prime kind of a thing. I think that is the biggest unknown right now is I don't know about this supposed Amazon Prime deal, if it exists or not, because maybe they were in negotiation with them. Maybe a contract was in the works but hadn't been signed yet. I'm not really sure yet. We'll have to see. And then
if there was a contract negotiation happening, they wouldn't have gone live. If there were things in negotiation, they wouldn't have gone public. You know? Especially because where was that budget coming from then if it wasn't from Amazon? Because Amazon was never involved. This was all fake. Allegedly. Let's use our thinking caps, you know, like why would they go public with this event after telling everyone that Amazon Prime was involved and then not have Amazon's branding on anything if they were in negotiations? They wouldn't have launched it then. They would have waited. They would have kept it canned like everything else in show business. That's how this works. Let's be realistic here. This was all bullshit. You got. Take it on the chin and move on. This is insane. Yeah, exactly. They could say we're looking for let's say if it was in negotiations, they could say we are looking for distribution partners. We are looking for a network to air the show. We are looking for a network to help with production, X, Y, and Z. They would not tell you Amazon. That would not be the one that's coming out of people's mouths.
And then kind of I'll end the story by talking about why I got removed as the top moderator.
You already told us
It's
why.
really not a secret or very surprising. I got removed directly for the post that I pinned to the top of the subreddit related to the game show or supposed and alleged scam, as well as kind of for deleting comments that were kind of critical of it. I also want to make a comment about kind of the Reddit Code of Conduct team as a whole. Reddit has all this flowery language about how kind of the Code of Conduct team is not here to punish you. It's kind of here to get you to act in good faith. It's here to kind of give you second chances and warnings and all of this stuff. And apparently all of that are lies because
It's not an event,
I
it's a
was not
game
given
show.
any second chances. I was not given very much kind of descriptive examples of kind of what I did wrong or kind of given any ability to kind of defend myself. I was just given a very vague description of, yeah, there's accusations about some fraudulent scam that takes people's money and their PII, which means their name, right? Because you have to sign up with your name to join a contest. And so I have infringed on the code of conduct by promoting a game show where you have to put in your name or something, even though it hasn't really been proved to be fraudulent yet. And so it's a little disappointing.
At the very least, they could get you for data collection of the users of your subreddit. You encouraged users of the subreddit you moderate to go to a different account to give them their information. Also, you did this shit.
Now, here's the most important part of the video, Spez. This is a direct
Spez.
message to you and only you. I want to talk about how this whole situation is a direct result of the lack of support that Reddit, the company, gives to its moderators. Yeah, I did the partnership. Yeah, I didn't look into this as much as I should.
Sorry, 1 second. I want to see if I can turn the heat. I don't think the heat's on. I'm cold. 1 moment. It was set to auto, but I don't know. Okay.
I should, and I trusted kind of agencies and live streamers when I should not have. And I did delete comments, which I thought would have been borderline defamatory if the situation wasn't, I guess, a scam, even though it technically hasn't been proven to be a scam yet. But despite all of that, there is still massive kind of like problems at Reddit, the company, due to the lack of support that caused this. But right before I go into the specific reasons of how this happened, I want to talk about why this matters in the first place. And this matters because Reddit moderators have power. They have influence. If you are one of the people who is joking about like internet janitor duties or whatever, I'm sorry to tell you, it's funny jokes, but you are wrong. Reddit moderation does matter. Reddit moderators have control over millions of impressions per day, and nobody seems to notice or care. Let's just talk about LSF. Think of all the streamer careers that have been created because of LSF. Think about the even larger number of streamer careers that have been destroyed because of LSF, because some clip went viral about like something bad that they did. I have had major live streamers who are effectively celebrities come to me and beg to kind of remove, negative posts about them. An even crazier story is the time when some Twitch employees found me in person and borderline begged me to make sure LSF is not used to destroy the multi-billion-dollar company Twitch, partially because at the time, LSF was indeed being used to destroy the multi-billion-dollar company Twitch. Deservedly so, by the way. Or even just take this literal circumstance. Imagine the whole kind of operation was legit. Well, guess.
Can I just say, this is very Syndrome vibes before he became Syndrome. I need him to like this is him without like the killer robot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like we were gonna destroy Twitch. Okay. Sure. I mean, Twitch is done. I give Twitch a hard time a lot, I give every platform I'm on a hard time because that's my job. Buddy, this is Buddy, yeah. Because there's a level of self-bootlicking that's happening here. It's fascinating. I want to study this, man. This is fascinating. I have questions for how his brain works and how this video works. Does he go live? Can we watch a live stream he's done? Does anyone know? Does he stream? We should find his stream.
Guess what? One single post on LSF caused all of the streamers to drop out and destroyed a $20 million opportunity. Sorry, Mythic. My bad.
There was no...
Or imagine it was, I guess, a scam through and through. Well, guess what? We were the ones to...
We're gonna play that again because look at this. Look. Bro, he does think he's kind of like a supervillain who's choosing to be good. Does he think he's Elon Musk? Like, does he... So you acknowledge the power that, like, a post on Livestream Fails has, but then you're also not taking responsibility for the post you made on Livestream Fails? Like, are we actually dead ass right now? Like, what are we talking about? This is fascinating. I'm so... None of the villains... Like, I'm actually... I have so many questions. Did he do an interview? I have so many questions.
Sorry, Mythic. My bad. Or
Sorry, Mythic.
Imagine it was, I guess, a scam through and through. Well, guess what? We were the ones to expose it and destroy it before it had the chance to cause any real harm. I mean, everybody got refunded after all. Guess things ended up okay. Right or wrong, you can think I'm a good moderator or a bad moderator.
You're a
you
bad
can think
moderator.
that LSF helps streamers or is the bane of their existence in the entire industry. But please don't for a single second pretend like it doesn't matter. And that's just one subreddit. Now back to me. I was one of your most passionate users. I was in the Reddit partnership program from the start. I took advantage of every opportunity that I could. I had meetings with kind of the Reddit community managers. I begged them for help and kind of partnership opportunities at every chance that I could. And I was blown off every single time. I got nothing out of it. The community managers never helped me. As, you know, nice as the guy was, I think he had basically no power to help me. I was one of the only moderators out there who tried to grow my community, who had any ambition, who tried to work with the company or help other subreddits or help the kind of the company that a whole, and it didn't matter. I failed, and it failed because of how mismanaged and how little support Reddit, the company, gives to moderators. So let's circle back. Let's go back to the moderation situation. This is a very key important point, so please pay attention. None of this would have happened if I had gotten support from Reddit. Do you think that I want to be the guy like going out, like messaging random people in Discords and LinkedIn's and trying to figure out kind of these partnerships? I don't. This is not my job. I am not qualified to do any of this. I am not a
You're a
lawyer.
fucking Reddit mod.
I do not like, I cannot read.
Who said you had to do Why do you need partnerships? Why are we doing partnerships for a Reddit page? It's fucking Reddit. I know everyone kind of hates Caleb Hammer, okay? But there was one interview that he did where I watched it, and it was a guest that was returning that hadn't been on in like a year. And the reason he hadn't been back on is because he actually threatened to beat Caleb up, and like they now had security on site because of this guy, okay? And this guy, he would like go up and down in like how he would communicate with Caleb. But he kept trying to take things to this next level where he couldn't get a job, okay? And he kept getting like hired as a sales associate, and he'd be like, I think that we can make this company better. We can do X, Y, and Z. And they're like, you need to go fold boxes. Like, what the fuck do you mean we're gonna elevate this store? That's not your fucking job. That's corporate's job. You don't work at corporate. We need you to go put the shoes away. Like, and he kept trying to do more when he was hired for a job. Instead of working his way up, he wanted to take over the whole company from the shoe guy spot. You know what I'm saying? And this is a lot of the same thing where it's like, yeah, your job is to make sure no one's posting like corn. Like that's your job. No one's posting hate crimes or death threats to the streamers that are being posted on these things, that no one's doing self-promotion. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Why are you doing business things and you're acting as if that's a part of your job?
Read contracts to know what I should do or I should not do.
Why are you reading
contracts? I just want to like grow my subreddit, have a big vision, and I don't want to...
Again, Is this his sub? I don't think he didn't start Livestream Fails, right? I don't think he started. He did not. No, he didn't. Okay. Then what the fuck are we talking about? Actually, I kind of hope. I want to see. I want this to be like the Bi Sister of Reddit. Okay? For the beauty community. If anyone doesn't know, the Bi Sister like imploded the beauty community. The Bi Sister video. And I need all these other Livestream Fail mods to start making videos. I need a message to the top mod of Livestream Fail. Like, I need them to start going back and forth and talking to each other via YouTube videos, exposing videos. I think we need to run back. We really want 2016 back. That's how we run this back. That's how we run this back. Okay? That was not 2016, but still.
I don't want to deal with this. At the end of the day,
You don't have to.
I'm a random nobody who got lucky. I took over one of your largest gaming subreddits on the platform because I won a stupid game of like Reddit mod politics. But apparently, I'm the only person out there who understands the potential that Reddit has. If Reddit had offered me partnerships, if Reddit had pipelines to connect.
Okay, yeah, you're the only one that gets it, and that's why Google paid a fuckload to get Reddit to train its AI. You're the only one that gets it. Totally makes sense.
With kind of major companies, if Reddit had lawyers that were helping me, like reading over these contracts, reading over these agreements, none of these very real mistakes that I made would have happened. And before you say it, I'm sure there's some employee at Reddit, the company, that says like, "Oh yeah, we do that. That's my job. It's over here." Well, clearly you're not even doing 1% of what you should be doing.
What are you talking about?
Nobody uses these resources. Nobody cares. You are not doing enough. Multiply it by 100, and then let's talk.
This isn't a real thing.
Reddit.
Can I be realistic? Can I make a comparison? He is wild face time. He sounds a lot like the 3K follower micro influencers that I hear from time to time. That are like, I need a manager because brands aren't taking me seriously. And I'm like, no, any manager that works with you right now is going to take all your money. I don't know what to tell you. You don't need a manager. What do you mean? Well, I don't want to read contracts. You should be reading contracts. Why would you, if you don't know how to read a contract, why would you trust someone else to read a contract? What are we talking about? You know? Like, but it's the same thing where it's like, no one is helping me. Yeah, because this isn't a real thing yet. This isn't like your job, you're creating problems for yourself that don't actually exist. You know what I'm saying?
Reddit needs to be professionalized, and it starts with the mods.
No, it doesn't.
This is going to be controversial, but the people who are running your multi-billion-dollar website are unqualified nobodies like me. That doesn't mean it's my fault or their fault. It's your fault, Spez. Here's why. The controversial solution is just get rid of the bad mods with better mods or paid mods or do takeovers or more rules or something like that. But there are better solutions. You can train them. You can give mods infrastructure or pipelines or resources or real kind of material support and treat them as if they have the actual power and influence.
Does he want online school for mods? I'll make a mod school. I'll make it. You know what? Buy my course. I will make a digital course for mods. How to be a good Reddit mod, how to be a good stream mod. I will make that. My credentials are I've never been a mod aside from my friends. And you can give me all your money. The cost is $1,000 a person, so that within a year I make $20 million. And since all of the mods that you are talking about, they really want to take their job super seriously, they'll all give me money, I'm sure. It's totally not a scam. It's totally real. I'm totally qualified. The first video is just someone outside touching grass. Step 1, touch grass.
That they actually have, and so communities can rise to the heights that they truly could. And the Reddit Moderator Partner Program is not it. Reddit moderators do not need one call with like one guy a month,
I just like the
as
video
nice
chat.
as he is, love you, Pablo, who has no power.
Not us bringing Pablo into this. What did Pablo do? What did Pablo do? I'm gonna be honest. Pablo is like just a specific enough name that I low-key think he's bullshitting. Dare not invoke my name.
Or a no ability
It'd be so funny if Pablo comes on is like, who the fuck is this guy?
to affect anything. Reddit moderators don't need Christmas celebrations or special badges or community or events or team building exercises. No, even the Reddit event budget is barely useful. No, they need real material support. That means access to anything that like a talent manager would give an actual celebrity. So an access to a bounty board or ad deals or lawyers or event organizers or professionals or anything that actually matters. To summarize, Reddit moderators should be treated like celebrities or
I had to do a lap. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I had to do a lap. Oh, okay. You know what? I should be treated like a god. Like, no. 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 No, no, no. Respectfully, if one of my mods came to me and was talking like this, I'd be like, hey, I think this partnership should end, because I'd be really concerned that they would turn power hungry. My mods are real chill. If anything, they're nicer to y'all than I am. I would love to ban half of you, frankly. Some of y'all get too familiar with me. They keep me humble, frankly, which is why I don't tolerate anyone being mean to my mods or questioning my mods or coming into chat like, hey mods, no mods in chat? What, no hello? That's why I ban you immediately, okay? There's no tolerance for bullshit, okay? Kuna, is that a link? The mods are awesome. I just see stars, Kuna, so I don't know if it's a link or not. Homie's not taking advantage of all the sweet SF parks filled with grass. He needs a football field of grass. I think he just needs to go camping. Like, this is where I do think, like, camping would fix so many things in people's brains, truly. Oh, I'm so sorry, chat. I just realized the chat box is behind everything. I'm so sorry. I just realized that. I made a clip. Was it the clip of me going in a circle? Let me see. Hang on. Okay, yeah, it's still... I'll check it in a second, Kuna. It's not showing up in chat because of the link, but I get your point. I just... He's a celebrity. Like, okay, so celebrity status, for a concept, is a state of being. You can be, like, a working actor and not be a celebrity. You can be a working actor and not be famous. You can be a musician and make music and not be a celebrity. Like, the celebrity status is like a state of being. I know rich YouTubers that you guys would never be able to identify, like, because they don't have that celebrity status, but they've made a lot of money from content creation. You know what I'm saying? It's a state of being. Like, it's not like I'm a niche internet micro celebrity. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's not just like a title that you're given. It's a state that you get to at some point. you know. And sometimes it doesn't make sense, sometimes it's not for good reasons, but it's like it is a thing that can happen, but it's not like a title. Celebrity is a state of being more so than it is like, oh yeah, I want to be a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? Shout out for coffee guy number 2, exactly. This is okay, let's keep going.
Influencers, not because they deserve respect or anything, but because they actually have real power and influence. I mean, if
not because they deserve respect or anything, but because they actually have real power and influence. So do I, which is why I deserve to drive an F1 car. I'm kidding. But like, you know, like as we just said, you're mad at Charlie for having the power and influence of making one video and it's scaring or educating enough streamers to pull out of an event, and yet you want that same type of power when he actually has it. You may not agree with the power, but because of the power and influence they have, yeah, you're claiming you have the power. That's actual power and influence. You're mad you couldn't get it to work in your favor more than anything. What are we talking about? You don't know who Yaya Han is, to my friends, and yeah, they didn't know because I've been a cosplayer for literal decades longer. Yeah. If you've been online for like a long time, like I remember when Yaya Han was like running every cosplay Tumblr page. Like you could not scroll through those feeds without seeing a photo of Yaya Han or someone using Yaya Han's patterns or fabric, you know. Like fame is subjective 100%. Like there are people that are like super famous and super contact, like this is not realistic, okay? But like I was talking with a motorsport creator who does not like Formula E, okay? And she was like, I liked the video of you being all excited to hold the trophy. And I was like, I was excited. I was surprised they let me hold it. And she was like, you're the most famous person in the paddock. Of course they let you hold it. They should have let you drive a car. Because she doesn't like Formula E. You know what I'm saying? So she's like, yeah, you've got 500,000 subscribers on YouTube. You have more global influence than the people there. And I'm like, that's insane, logically, you know? But like, that's her belief system because she doesn't like Formula E. Whereas other people are like, you know, who the fuck is she? You know, for like same example, there was one, I got recognized one time in Mexico City, whereas in Japan, I got recognized a shocking amount. You know what I'm saying? Like it's also geographic, it's suggestive. The internet is weird. Like there are people that are like, okay, who the fuck are you? You know, but then it's like they see one of you guys come up and say hi to me. Like it is, people are very bubble focused, if that makes sense. Like it's a very boomer centric thing where it's like, if I don't know who you are nobody. But in the same context, you're a fucking mod. Like, what are we talking about? Swell, I would let you drive my 2022 Toyota Corolla. Oof. I'm a Camry girl. No, I'm kidding. I was going to ask if you asked if you could sit in a Formula E car. Of course, I asked if I could drive the car. Are you joking? I did not get to. But of course I asked. It just didn't work out timing-wise. I literally told Chloe, who was my chaperone, I was like, this photo could be replaced with me and Mahindra. I'm just saying. This photo of me in Lewis Hamilton's car. Some of the spectrum autistic characteristics. I'm not touching that one with the 10-foot pole, hot lava monster, because we could say that about most people nowadays, frankly. I have a touch of autism, okay? But still, when you put something on the internet, you are putting it on the internet, you know? This is also an adult, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can still assess what he has shared with us, and also he engaged in something. He is claiming to want power and control over something for a title, to be treated as a celebrity for a mod title. You know what I'm saying? I'm autistic and I'll touch it. This video is fueled by Tylenol. Y'all are trying to get me fucking canceled. I swear to God. We are not bringing tism to this. People who have it are adults, can be rational. Cancel me. Fire comment. But he's the top mod. He's the Neo of mods, about to lead the mod revolution. Oh, gosh. Okay, hang on. Let's go. Let's go. We're so close.
If not for the world, at least over your $50 billion company, maybe if you gave them actual support, it could go from 50 billion to 100 billion. I mean, it certainly...
That's what's keeping them at 50 billion is... Like, a valuation is... So, I'm not touching it. Actually, no, we're moving on.
Deserves to be that high up for how much traffic Reddit gets. So why haven't you solved this problem already, Spez? Is it because you're out of touch and you aren't aware of the problem? Is it because Reddit is a bloated mess and they can't ship products? No, I think the real issue...
We don't need to ship products. It's fucking Reddit. Not everything needs to ship a product. The product is Reddit. The product is the user. The product is the information. The product is that if I have a problem with my Mac, some dude 11 years ago probably answered the question. You know what I'm saying? On a Reddit page. Like, that's the product.
The issue is that Reddit is held hostage by the negativity and toxicity of its user base, and it doesn't really...
True, but also that's what makes it fun.
They have the freedom to make bold and important and transformative decisions that could save the company. If you agree with anything that I said, Spez, well, you're in luck. I live in San Francisco, and I would be happy to talk to you in person or any Reddit product manager or employee at all, or on a call or something. That's my pitch to you, Spez. The rest is to the community. To the community, Spez and Reddit, they're almost certainly not gonna fix any of this. All of this is up to us to solve. For anyone who this message has resonated with and wants to solve this problem, well, I have created a subreddit called r/SubAlliance. SubAlliance will be a nonprofit, volunteer, community-based initiative to solve all of the...
You guys know we're gonna go to r/SubAlliance, right? You guys know that's what's about to happen.
...problems that I have laid out. We will create tools and resources so good, so useful, that everybody will have to work with us. Think talent agency, but for subreddits. You have the big ideas, you have the vision.
I know some subs that would love to join an alliance against the tops. The DOMs. So many subs I know would love to join an alliance against the DOMs. They would love.
You have the crazy cool things that you want to do, and we handle the logistics. Materially, that means connections to major companies.
Oh, we linked it. Thank
partnerships, God. Doing AMAs, running events, doing mod recruitment, cross-collaboration with other relevant subreddits, that kind of stuff. Go to r/SubAlliance, and we will make it happen. The link will be in the description below. Reddit used to be a place where we did stuff. The phrase, "we did it Reddit," although used sarcastically, existed for a reason. And that is because
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You answered your own question. God, my allergies are kicking my ass. We did it, Reddit. It existed because they framed the wrong guy at the Boston bombing. I'm sure this is legit and not a scam.
What we do, right or wrong, matters. Let's see what we can do to make it better.
Okay, first, let's check his page. Any other videos? Okay, so he does have something here that says, I do parody videos about the tech industry and Twitch. Former Twitch staff. So he claims that he is former Twitch staff. So this could be all bullshit, as we said. This could all be parody, because he's saying that he makes parody. But these are also could just be the parody videos. Then we have a message from an LSF mod. He's still calling himself an LSF mod. That's 12 days ago. Let's see. Yeah. This could all be bullshit. Let me see his... Okay. From 2011, Brian C. Wade. Let's check this one. This is
Hello,
only 3 minutes.
Miskiff. I'm a moderator of r/livestreamfail, and I saw your comments about LSF from a few days ago. You have correctly noticed a real problem. LSF has a content diversity issue. It's currently a lot of political drama.
Is his banner Austin Show? It's a photo of him with Austin Show. This is also an extremely old photo of him.
Hello, Miskiff. I'm a moderator of r/livestreamfail, and I saw your comments about LSF from a few days ago. You have correctly noticed a real problem. LSF has a content diversity issue. It's currently a lot of political drama from a few creators, and my goal is to figure out a way to shake things up so that there's some new and interesting content on the subreddit. But first, here's part of the reason why we're having this current problem. So if a streamer reacts to LSF on their stream, their viewers are going to interact with and post more of that streamer's content. And over the last few years,
True.
quite a few streamers have stopped reacting entirely to LSF. Because streamers don't interact much with LSF these days, this causes a situation where both their content doesn't get posted.
I mean, I don't react to LSF or any Reddit pages, frankly, that involve me. Just because people tell me when there's corn of me or I'm featured on YouTubers I blank off to, which I don't need to know about that. So that's why I stay off of Reddit as a YouTuber.
Much to the subreddit anymore, as well as causes a
I love the
situation
green
where
outline
their
in this
biggest
one.
potential fans
The video quality did take a dip here. It's not as fun.
aren't interacting as much with the subreddit. This, in a very ironic and self-reinforcing way, means that only a streamer's biggest
You look like a
haters
Reddit
and
mod.
anti-fans are left on the subreddit,
This is the guy who
thereby
banned me.
causing kind of a vicious cycle which drives the streamer away even more.
Misleading
I have a
title,
solution to
former
both
mod
the
who tried
content
to
diversity
scam the
problem
community.
and toxicity problem on LSF, but for that I need the help of streamers like yourself. Surprising as it may seem, I don't have as much power over the
is saying
subreddit
it's a
as it
parody
may
channel.
first appear. The only two tools at my disposal are that I can ban users and delete content.
Just shave it
But
off,
if I
my
ban
guy.
too many people or delete too much popular content, all of a sudden there's going to be nothing left, leading to the true death of LSF. Instead of removing content, what LSF really needs right now is a way to add content. If we add a bunch of fun, new, crazy hype content to the subreddit, that can replace a lot of the political kind of drama slop that we see on the subreddit right now. That's where you or other streamers could come in. People use the term brigading in a way that has a very negative connotation. It implies that a streamer or influencer is sending their audience to harass or attack people on a subreddit. But there's a way to think about this a little bit differently. Imagine, instead of that, a streamer both reacted to LSF as well as did positive.
I mean, there's an easy way to see this, chat, and that's we go to this one,
Hello, Spe-
and then we go to, let me see his Twitter. Brian Wade, former Twitch staff of 4 years on clips and VODs, creating content about tech, gaming, and live streaming, professional Reddit internet janitor. Checkmate, I think is what he's doing, because he got attention, maybe, and that's what he's talking about. Let's view it. Let's view the community. Can you guys see my screen? Yeah. I know I'm too big, but hang on, let me. Nope. Reddit, of course there's money on it. Got banned because he scammed people on Reddit. How are you guys falling for it when he literally says in the vid he got banned for scamming? He hasn't claimed fees is fake. 1K USD. There's fake coins. They're doing fake coins, chat. Reddit final boss. I do think you troglodytes on Twitter would put money on a piece of grass, frankly. I really do believe this. Alright, let's check Sub Alliance. Man, that video was cringe. Look at my dog instead. A group of for gaming subreddits to collaborate on high quality events and initiatives. Created January 15th. Moderator list is hidden. Yeah, I'm sure. I don't want to log in. It probably was seething. Reddit mods should be treated like celebrities and influencers. And then he clicked post. How can hair be this greasy? One of the most embarrassing videos I've ever watched in my entire life. Roaches assemble. Bro, please, I beg you, go outside. You are a dumbass. You are fat. You are bald. You are socially broke. Jeez, it just keeps going. I'm sorry, if someone made this type of edit of me, I do think I would be stressed out. Redditors assemble. You made an appearance on Slop Live. Stale 2000 is a loser. He needs more copium. Find a new subreddit who's running this place. How's Guy felt after clicking post? Is anyone here unemployed? Me when my diaper is full. Why is this real? It's time. Where are the Reddit lawyers? How long until Spez caves and reinstates the LSF mod, the former LSF mod? Should we go to livestream fails? Wow. Should we go to livestream fails and see if there's... let's go to r/live stream fail. Let's see. Because let's see if they actually ever, you know, admitted to... Like, was he ever actually a person, or was this all bullshit? Not low tier god. Was that a Robotnik altar? What is this? LOL. Someone explain this to Whiskey. I don't have time. This doesn't seem to be moderated. No, it does not. I'm trying to see if anyone mentions... It's 2 hours ago.
Still thinks that like the moderators see, the thing is, like, Reddit is fucking nuts, right? If you guys remember back when they shut off the API and all of the Reddits were like going private.
It would be really funny if this parody video got actual change done.
Fuck that you were going private. They're like, unpublic, or we're gonna remove all of you guys as a moderator and put new people in there. They were fucking crazy. I thought it was like, to me, that was like a, this is gonna be the end of Reddit type shit, because they're fucking with all of the mods on there, and they literally just called the bluff.
Let's see the replies. Ugh, I don't want to log in.
Number 2.
When some Twitch employees found me in person and borderline begged me to make sure LSF is not used.
That's why I always ride for our show speed. And
Come on. He's probably not like a real person, but you know. This did make me laugh. Oh, that did do me the walk around clip. Let me see the walk around clip. Hang on, that Kuna posted. That Kuna shared. I didn't realize how orange my tongue was from the thing. Love you, Pablo. That's funny. We are entertained. Hey, Swell. Hey, Chad. Hi. Ugh. All right, let me just relax for a second. Some items in your wish list. I need to update my throne, chat. Hello, welcome to the floating head stream, where I just talk to you as a floating head. That's about today's sponsor. There is no sponsor for today's. It's Saturday. Today's sponsor is Goldfish Should Give Me Money. This specific box, not Goldfish. Today's video sponsor is this specific box of Goldfish. I'm in a hotel room. God, my back is so killing me. I can't tell if it's because I've been traveling so much or if it's because I'm not used to the cold. Make sure you eat. Maybe we'll watch another video. Let's see. What else is on YouTube? All right. So I just saw a video that from Goji Exotic Reptiles, the Reptile Super Show incident of 2025. And there's a disclaimer in here. Obviously, we need to check this out. If it's too sensitive, we'll turn it off and we'll put on something else. Lame. Measle.
On the weekend of January 11th and 12th, 2025, Sonoma, California would see the return of the highly anticipated Reptile Super Show at the Sonoma Fairplex. This massive venue, packed to the brim with vendors selling animals and supplies, attracted thousands of attendees.
Do you mean Pomona?
Among them were reptile enthusiasts, community members, content creators, and families looking for some.
Oh. Yeah, Pomona. Why are you saying Sonoma? Pomona. Sorry.
Something to do over the weekend.
I thought I was having a stroke.
As a frequent attendee of reptile shows, I can definitely say that the Reptile Super Show is by far the largest and most exciting reptile expo
here
in California. The 2025 event was no exception. It was jam-packed with energy and excitement. However, as time passed following the show, one voice emerged, pulling back the curtain on a disturbing incident that had taken place at the event. It was the second day of the January Sonoma Reptile Super Show. Vendors were setting up for another busy day. This is when the vendor, Didi's Plants, noticed something alarming coming from a neighboring booth. New Moon Reptiles and two amigos had apparently unpacked a dead bearded dragon and placed it on their table.
Hey guys, my booth is here. I just restocked. I'm right by the hot dog stand. But I'm gonna just warn you guys, there's this vendor right here with no tablecloth. they do freaking fresh imports from reptiles, and they literally have a dead bearded dragon in one of those containers. They don't even know, because that's how fresh these imports are. It's so messed up. Every time they're here, they lie about where their animals are from, and they're not healthy. So
they're
literally
not
the people next to us
vetting their imports.
don't support them, it's really.
So that means that they're, so basically I'm assuming this, so I'm not familiar with this trade obviously, but I'm assuming that means that they are importing animals to sell at shows, and they're not vetting imports, but they're also not vetting the animals themselves to see if they're healthy before they sell them to someone. Which I believe violates a couple of different practices for selling live animals. Obviously, she is mentioning an animal having passed, which is also horrific. But also, it's the fact that they are potentially importing animals and selling them without any proper due diligence of making sure these animals aren't sick, or making sure they're coming from a reputable vendor for their imports. Yes, this is definitely free import. No. Probably not free import. It's probably they have like a supplier that is also probably not reputable. So this could be multiple stages in the chain of violating of animal rights, and also proper selling of live animals. Because, like, I don't know about bearded dragons, but I know certain lizards, there are some that cannot be sold without proper licenses. Like, I know, like, even something as simple as deceased animals. I believe the Game and Wildlife Administration was just at, in LA, was just at the Oddities and Curiosities Expo that they did. I did a video on it last year. But they apparently shut down a vendor because they were illegally selling zebra taxidermy. And you actually legally cannot sell zebras at all, taxidermy or otherwise, regardless of whether or not it's ethically sourced or they died of their own causes in the state of California. You cannot import them in. You cannot sell them there. It's very specific. I don't know all the import laws when it comes to taxidermy, but I know that like zebras, like you actually, it's like a whole thing. Why? I'm not familiar. But like different states have, like California is pretty on top of it just because we are such a big state and we have a variety of animals and ecosystems on top of it as well. So like, not only just for the fact that like you're buying a live animal, there's a whole thing of like you can't buy in, like you can't sell a ferret in or a hedgehog in California. You know what I'm saying? Like there's like each states have different restrictions on pets and animals and selling of animals and even taxidermy, as I mentioned. So it's all over the place.
Really messed up. There's literally a dead bearded dragon on display, and they don't even know.
That's
like
horrifying.
they didn't even check. Like I'm actually so pissed off right now. So just so you know, if you come, we're right here.
See, I'm a huge cunt because if I didn't know, but I was there, forget the video at that point. I mean, like, hey, what the fuck is, like, I'm filming. And I'm immediately confronting them because I'm not involved. She has a business she wants to be able to vend. I don't give a shit if I'm invited back. I don't give a shit if I'm banned from the premises. What the fuck is your problem that you are not aware that you're selling a dead bearded dragon?
And they are right there.
Soon after, Dee Dee then saw the vendor shaking containers holding
This
animals.
calls for the
Dee Dee managed to
Karen
capture
for
this
good.
on
Call me.
video. The footage shows a man shaking 2 containers out of a box. He places one back and shakes the other before moving it into a separate area. This seemed to be an attempt to check whether the animal was dead or alive. According to Dee Dee, it appeared that New Moon and 2 amigos were discarding animals they considered dead. And in this video, you can see 2 men. One of the men looks to be going through a box, taking containers out and dumping the contents into the trash.
This is horrific.
Although he walks off camera, with the other man, it's likely that he is also taking these containers from boxes and dumping them as well, before putting the now empty containers off to the side. As the Super Show came to a close and vendors began packing up, New Moon and Two Amigos had reportedly left behind multiple trash bags scattered throughout the venue, inside trash cans, near trash cans, and even on the floor. Tragically, these bags were filled with animals. The situation took an
blurring
even
it.
more disturbing turn when another vendor noticed movement coming from one of the trash bags and discovered an alive baby leopard gecko inside a deli cup container. This prompted a small group of vendors to start opening more bags, searching for other animals that might still be alive. Shockingly, out of the piles of discarded animals, only about 12 to 15 were still alive. The true number of
12?
animals thrown away while still alive is
Only?
unknown, but it's
Oh, what do you mean 12 to 15? What do you mean? Oh my god, because they didn't actually check. They didn't check for a pulse on any of these. They just put them in the trash. Oh my, this is horrific. Oh my god. I'm sorry, we should start beating people with hammers. I'm so sorry. That's insane. That's horrifying. No, they didn't even check if they didn't check. They shook the containers. They didn't check the animals. They checked to see if they moved, and if they didn't move, it seems like they threw them out. Which there's a myriad of reasons as to why an animal would not move, whether it was if it was still alive in a container. Which means they also could have suffocated once they were. These trash bags were tied. These animals also could have suffocated inside the bag, inside the containers. Oh my god.
It's likely that many others had suffocated before they were discovered. The photo and video evidence that surfaced from this incident was both shocking and horrific. Although I can't show the uncensored images due to community guidelines, I can describe what was found. Each photo depicts ripped open bags filled with an assortment of dead animals, ranging from various snake species, lizards, amphibians, and insects. Despite the horrible situation, some animals did survive. A bearded dragon, a frog, and other animals were all recovered and shown to still be alive despite being thrown away. These alive animals were then grouped together as seen in this video. So, how could this have happened? Something must have gone horribly wrong to have such a large number of animals die and fill up multiple trash.
I'm so glad that multiple people were like realizing something was wrong enough to check and do their own due diligence in this instance. I would want to know, obviously, I don't know if Goji filmed this or where Goji was in this involvement, at what point. I want to know at what point the show was made aware, the people putting on the show. I want to know at what point they were made aware and what they did. Because this is during teardown, so at this point, they should have people that are working the event, like putting on the event, walking the show floor. The moment this became aware, someone should have immediately gotten involved and frankly called authorities at this point. At this point, authorities should have been contacted. They have a responsibility as the people putting on this event. They have the information of the vendors that engaged in this. They bring on the liability of these animals being sold in their event. Authorities should have been contacted. If they didn't do it, then immediately someone involved should have contacted authorities. I'm hoping someone did. I'm getting bits and pieces, but I'm just this is what I would have hoped would happen from the event staff.
Flashbacks. According to the vendor who discovered the baby leopard gecko, several shipping boxes from New Moon and Two Amigos were also discarded, and the labels and shipping information were still visible. Some of the boxes contain insulation, but there were no heat packs or face packs, which are crucial for ensuring the animal survival during shipping. Reptiles, amphibians, and insects are ectothermic, meaning they rely on external heat.
This is 6 types of violations. It is, like you mentioned, biohazard for throwing them away. You take on a responsibility when you are a reptile seller. Reptiles die in stores. Pets die in stores. We see this in betta fish that pass away in a Petco, it is a fact of life. Things pass away. To have multiple animals die in one reptile show from one vendor is egregious. that is, in my opinion, an indication of improper care, which is your responsibility to care for these animals while they are in your possession as a seller. Like this is multiple. This is multiple. This is insane.
Heat sources to regulate their body temperature. Shipping these animals in the winter, especially in California where temperatures can range from 60 degrees Fahrenheit during the day to 40 degrees Fahrenheit
It
at
can get
night,
cold.
is dangerous. The lack of proper insulation and heat sources most likely cause these animals to suffer and die during shipment. Both Dee Dee and the vendor who discovered the leopard gecko believe that the animal's shipment was delayed, which explains why New Moon and Two Amigos weren't vending on the first day of the Super Show. As word spread quickly among the vendors about the trash bags filled with dead animals, many began helping shift through the bags to recover any that were still living. The event organizers of the Reptile Super Show were aware of what happened. Vendors, including Dee Dee's
Good.
plants, were reportedly told to stay silent about the situation,
Okay,
with
fuck you.
assurances that the matter would be handled internally. However, months passed with seemingly no repercussions for New Moon and Two Amigos. Frustrated by the lack of action, Dee Dee decided to speak.
This is from April. This happened in April. This happened in April. Okay, what show was this? Because this is bullshit. That's absolutely fucking insane. Encouraged to keep quiet. What's your fucking... Are you fucking What? Where is your responsibility as a reptile show? What the fuck are... Why would anyone trust you to vend at your event if you're not going to expose and remove bad actors? Why would I trust that you would... why would I trust that I should associate with you as a seller if you allow people that abuse animals in this way or sell improperly transport animals? What are we talking about? Why would potential buyers, why would potential animal caretakers, customers, why would they come to your show if you're allowing this? Because again, as I mentioned as well, forget that, again, the shipment being delayed, they didn't even, they were putting animals on the table that they, one, didn't even know if they were alive, but they probably didn't even know if they were sick or not. That's crazy. This is insane. Why would anyone trust you as a show? What are we talking about?
Speak out and expose the truth. Unfortunately, this decision had serious legal and social consequences. On October 20th, 2025, New Moon and Two Amigos sent Dee Dee a cease and desist letter demanding that she remove her post exposing the incident. They claimed her posts were defamatory, baseless, and malicious. But Dee Dee refused to back down. On October 30th, she responded.
You know what's malicious? The hammer I'm going to use on you. What are you talking about? What defamatory? Go fuck yourself. Actually, New Moon, fuck you guys. Fuck you. God.
Defending herself.
New Moon, this would have been avoided if you had made a statement. You guys, we have a tragic accident. Shipments were delayed and unfortunately led to, a lot of our animals passing away in transit. We are so upset by this. Does not excuse the live animals that you threw away, psychos, okay? Oh, we weren't aware the animals are dead. Why not? How would they not? Why was a baby gecko in a deli container not checked? There was video proof, you absolute fuck you guys, God. Come after me next. Let's see what happens.
And continuing to share her side of the story. However, the backlash didn't end there. Dee Dee was banned from multiple reptile expos across California, starting with the Reptile Super Show. Other shows, including the Sacramento Reptile Show and the Central Valley Reptile Expo, decided to get involved, blacklisting Dee Dee from their events as well. The email...
Hang on, let me get Dee Dee's page. Hold on. Do we have Dee Dee's page? Hang on. Is it Dee Dee's plants? Hang on. I'll put it in chat. 1 second. We don't allow links, so let me get it. I'm just checking some stuff. Oh, she's a beautiful iridescent snake. A white-lipped python. Ooh. Okay, hang on. Let me get her thing for you guys. Okay. Yeah, it was on her story, so it's harder for me to show, but I can do. I'm back on this. Here's her page, so you guys can see it. I don't know if it'll show fully, because I have the thing cropped, but it's Dee Dee's plants. It's linked in chat. But she's talked about some of this. But yeah, that's fucking, this is, you know, it's one of the things. There's a reason that there's a lot of things that I talk about in events, even if I'm not a part of the subculture. The amount of people that thanked me, like something is like Lightbox. Let's go with Lightbox, for example, okay? The amount of people that thanked me for covering Lightbox and sharing my opinions on what happened at Lightbox and my experience with Lightbox, because they were like, thank you, because every time we complain about something, they throw it back to you didn't sell enough or you were mad you didn't get a job. Whereas I was like, no, I'm not part of this industry. I don't need money from this event. These are my opinions on this event as an attendee. Like there is a value in me going to something that I'm not a part of the subculture for, because I don't have a risk of being blacklisted like this, you know? Like, I do think I serve a purpose in this instance, because this is fucking bullshit that she is doing the right thing and advocating for these animals and better practices for sellers, and she's being blacklisted from vending at reptile shows. Then being responsible host to the animals in question, shame. Like, this is horrifying.
Multiple reptile expos across.
The various reptile expos that I'm kicked out of really show you their true colors. Oh, so you mean people can smuggle animals illegally into this country and be charged for it, and they still can vend? Oh, so you're telling me that people can abuse animals at shows and they can still vend? Oh, you're telling me that after a bad shipment, they can just toss animals into the trash can if they're still alive? Oh, but I'm kicked out reptile shows because of my social media post? No, it's absolutely fucking absurd.
Across California, starting with the Reptile Super Show. Other shows, including the Sacramento Reptile Show and the Central Valley Reptile Expo, decided to get involved, blacklisting Dee Dee from their events as well. The
Fucking
emails
insane.
informing her of the bans were vague, citing inappropriate social media posts as the reason. Dee Dee claims that these posts being brought up against her are concerning past mental health and suicidal posts. One email from the Sacramento Reptile Show made it clear that the decision wasn't related to the controversy surrounding New Moon and Two Amigos, but rather the uncertainty and fear created by Dee Dee's posts. Socially, Dee Dee's reputation has also taken a hit. While she continues to receive support from many followers and fellow vendors, she has mentioned that other vendors have turned against her for speaking out.
There are two types of reptile vendors. The first type is they're mad at me for speaking out, because me speaking out means less people supporting these expos and more people realizing the animal cruelty that happens in the reptile industry. And then it makes them lose money because no one wants to support, no one wants to buy. But the other type of reptile vendor knows that they are actually ethical, they actually breed ethically, and they put animals first and not monies first, and they agree with me and support me. And they are not mad at all or pressed at all on what I'm talking about, because they know it's true too. But these people still want to be in the reptile community to outweigh all the bad that happens and show you that it still could be good.
This negatively impacts her business, which relies on plant sales at expos. Being blacklisted from these events has severely damaged her ability to network and generate revenue. Now in 2026, nearly a year after the incident, Dee Dee continued to speak out about her ongoing legal and social struggles. Meanwhile, New Moon and Two Amigos have remained silent. Their social media presence is basically non-existent, with New Moon even deleting their Instagram account, while their Facebook and X accounts remain largely inactive. During the recording of this video, New Moon Reptiles actually ended up closing their Facebook account. Two Amigos, on the other hand, appear to have no active social media presence at all. Despite the damning evidence against New Moon and Two Amigos, the situation remains unresolved as the legal battle continues to unfold. The incident at the 2025 Panama Reptile Super Show demonstrates broader issues within the reptile industry and raises questions about animal welfare, ethical practices, and the responsibility of both vendors and event organizers. When examining the situation, it's clear that this is not just an isolated incident, but a real systemic problem that needs to be addressed. So in no particular order, let me examine the details of this story. One of the most concerning aspects of this incident was the blatant disregard for the animal's well-being. If these allegations are true, New Moon Reptiles and Two Amigos are responsible for shipping animals without proper heating or insulation during the winter, which puts them at risk for getting sick, stress, or even death. This would provide an explanation for why there would be so many animals that are either dead or in poor health. This isn't just a case of neglect, but also an ethical concern for buyers too. When animals are being shipped under such bad conditions, their quality of health is put at risk. Even if they survived shipment, the trauma and stress they experience can lead to long-term health issues, making them susceptible to illnesses once they arrive at their new homes. Vendors should be held to a higher standard, ensuring that the animals being sold to buyers are healthy and well cared for before being sold. During the expo, their decision to discard animals in trash bags demonstrates a clear lack of respect for the lives of the creatures they were selling.
Yeah, no,
While
this
it may
is
be
absurd.
normalized within the reptile industry, for anyone with a conscience, it's hard to imagine the mentality that allows an animal to be treated as nothing more than a product that can be thrown away when it doesn't meet sales expectations. Throwing away such a large amount of dead animals, in public mind you, shows
This
a
is
very
crazy.
disturbing lack of empathy and self-awareness. The discovery of live animals, including a baby leopard gecko, discarded in the trash is even more horrific. Throwing away animals while they are still alive is an
I don't know
objective
if there's an
act of
actual
cruelty.
legal battle just yet.
These animals were left to die, suffocating in a trash bag and buried underneath other dead animals. This is an unforgivable violation of animal welfare, and it calls for a thorough examination of how the reptile industry treats its creatures. An uncomfortable question this incident raises is whether this behavior is being tolerated because the animals involved are considered exotic pets. These kind of animals can definitely be viewed as lesser beings compared to other animals. So it's worth asking if the response would have been different if the trash bags were found filled with dead cats or dogs. Instead of a baby leopard gecko, what if it was a kitten suffocating in that trash bag? The outrage would have been immediate and unavoidable. Yet here, piles of animals were thrown away, with some still alive, and outside of Dee Dee's circle, the response has largely been silence. It is a serious ethical failure if cruelty is only taken seriously when it involves animals that people generally have as pets. Animal welfare should not depend on how familiar or acceptable an animal is to the public. A disheartening aspect of this event is the way it was handled by event organizers.
Yeah.
Rather than taking
This is
immediate
absurd.
action, event organizers had apparently instructed vendors to remain silent about the situation, assuring everyone that the matter would be handled internally. This desire to avoid bad publicity comes off as sweeping issues under the rug, rather than confronting them directly. The lack of transparency in action not only damages trust for event organizers, but it also sends an extremely dangerous message that unethical practices can go unpunished as long as they are kept quiet. The fact that New Moon Reptiles and Two Amigos face no immediate consequences for their alleged actions is another sign that this industry
The Bulbasaur planters
prioritizes
are really
business
sick.
interest
It's really
over
cool.
animal welfare. Failure to hold vendors accountable allows for harmful practices to continue. The lack of accountability is damaging to the reputation of the reptile community as a whole by showing that profit and relationships are prioritized over ethical responsibilities. The cease and desist letter from New Moon and Two Amigos is a classic attempt to intimidate Dee Dee into silence and remove evidence of the incident that was already made public. By claiming that Dee Dee's posts are defamatory, they are essentially trying to limit the exposure this situation is getting and stifling the conversation, turning this into a lengthy legal battle instead of addressing the allegations. Dee Dee's blacklisting from multiple reptile expos such as the Super Show, Sacramento, and Central Valley is a direct consequence of her decision to speak out. The explanation that Dee Dee's social media posts are creating an environment of uncertainty because Dee Dee is mentally ill or a lunatic is pretty dishonest. It definitely seems pretty suspicious that Dee Dee gets banned from the Super Show and all of a sudden Sacramento and Central Valley decided to jump in when this really didn't involve them. Dee Dee's blacklisting really highlights the risk whistleblowers face and raises important questions about the culture of silence that's within the reptile community. I understand that other vendors might not want to speak out. There is a genuine fear of facing the same punishment as Dee Dee, getting blacklisted from expos and sued for defamation. Not everybody has the mental fortitude to be willing to engage in a controversy. Even now, Dee Dee seems to be facing the situation alone.
There's some big vendors, like popular vendors, and they're huge on social media, and they witnessed this too. They saw it, they went through the bags with me, and just the fact that these people claim to love animals, and I'm the only one saying something.
Why was this not reported?
Like, it's just frustrating. And then these people, they're allowed to be back in the show. They're gonna be at the show in like a few weeks. Like, I'm salty. I'm hella salty, honestly.
However, vendors who hate Dee Dee for platforming these allegations play an active role in enabling unethical practices. Better practices can't be enabled or enforced unless a combination of vendors, organizers, and reptile enthusiasts are willing to stand up and demand better treatment. Dee Dee's decision to publicly speak out about the incident has had serious personal and professional repercussions.
We're broke
Despite
now.
facing legal threats, being blacklisted from multiple expos, and seeing her business suffer, her courage in exposing the truth is ultimately beneficial for the reptile industry. Speaking out against unethical practices is never easy.
For the one company she's talking about? Sim, what do you mean? In that clip? For which? Because she is the one that posted about the animals. On an IG post, she said she wanted to clarify which business it was. For when, though? I'll check it. The YouTube video can be found in the link in my bio. The vendor that I'm calling out is Frogs Direct. The owner of that business is named Mike Matson. He also vents under a business name. He is a close friend with my New Moon Reptiles and claims to be extremely close to all the reptiles shows that ban me. They're dirty work for legal purposes. Everything I've said is my own experience and is alleged. Reptiles. Everything I post on my Instagram here, I did not consent to someone else to use my name. Ah, I see. I'm seeing the post now. Let's see here. I think I can pull it up on here. Because I think, do I still have her Instagram up? I should. Yeah, okay. This one. Here we go. Can you guys see it? Here, I'll click through it. I see. My attention that a YouTube video, Instagram, I did not consent for someone else to use my name, nor was I ever aware the video was posted before strangers shared them with me. Career as a person I don't know and didn't show me the video, tell me it was up online. Yes, I'm currently in a legal battle with New Moon, so I can't elaborate anything specifically, but I do want to point out one specific thing since there's a specific vendor mad that the video is blowing up. I stayed quiet without exposing. Okay, so she is talking about the New Moon stuff here. Okay, so that part, there is something going on she can't discuss. Without exposing his business name because he's a boomer who loves the attention and loves showing off how much views and followers he gets whenever he talks about me. But it's been months and my name is still up in his mouth. This vendor knew where I stood politically because it's pretty obvious all over my social media. We've talked in person at expos when I was clearly wearing Make Racist Afraid Again shirts, LOL. Also, he would always be all up in my DMs trying to be my friend and make small talk about shows we should vend. I thought it was cool we could coexist even though we were on opposite ends of the political spectrum. I knew of his vendor since, sorry, I'm lowering my voice because there's an echo and it is getting late here. Vendor since we vended at the same reptile shows throughout the year. However, we officially met at a expo in 2025 when he came up to me and was like, "Ooh, Didi, what did you do? You have people mad at you and threatening to hop on the plane and beat you up." I replied, "What are you talking about?" And he said, "The guy," referring to New Moon, "called me up at 3 a.m. screaming and yelling that Didi this, Didi that." So I explained what I witnessed. He said he knows the guy and it had to be a mistake and that they lost a lot of money. But then I said, well, I get that mistakes happen, but why did they throw away the live animals then? I showed him the photos and he replied, "Oh, I didn't know about that." At the end of the conversation, he told me, "Just drop it though." Fast forward a few months. I was leaked some information from someone close to the Super Show promoter, which led me down a whole investigation hole. Long story short, I found credible proof about other vendors who engage in illegal animal smuggling and have been charged for animal cruelty, still allowed to vend at the show. I also found information that makes sense by the other messages that he showed of hers. And allegedly New Moon Reptiles is a huge donor. This makes so much sense of why big companies shoved this under the rug. Lastly, I found proof that New Moon wasn't banned from the show, allegedly. Everything will come out after I win my lawsuit. But the reason for posting this isn't about them, it's about the vendor friend attacking me. After I did my research and saw they weren't kicked out and no rules were put in place to prevent this from happening again, I posted everything I witnessed on my personal Instagram. Not this account, a different account where I only had 200 followers with the majority of people not involved. Sorry, I'm so up close to the camera. I posted the photos and videos. I noticed that this vendor was one of the reptile people who came to my page and to watch my stories, even though he didn't follow me. I generally thought nothing of it because we never had any issues in the past. Exactly one day after posting the animals in the trash, I get all the emails from the shows that I'm banned from attending and vending due to my inappropriate social media posts. I replied to one and asked the specific post I made that got me banned, and they refused to let me know. If I wanted to know, they said I had to hire a lawyer to get that information. Not pro-ICE, pro-MAGA. So because she's a leftist, they're mad at her? Is that what you're saying? God, this is, I'm not going to keep, there's just so much here. Come on, paste. There we go. Yeah. So she is talking, so I'm assuming this is in reference to one of the posts about, because there is something going on about New Moon post. It's clear that I was not complying and shutting up. By now, I had already been receiving threats. After he'd posted this, I started receiving threats from many MAGA individuals and spam accounts. Bringing all this up, this vendor is continuing to attack me and tarnish my name. They're calling her husband an illegal oh my fucking god. This is insane. Like, I'm just clicking through. Gosh. Okay. I'm going to stop watching the video now because she does not approve of it, obviously.
Crazy.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm glad someone made the video, frankly. Because more attention needed to be brought to this. Whether it's, you know, I'm bummed that it's there. It does seem like he is trying to defend her. I wish he would have reached out to her in that regard. But I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I reach out to every person that I speak about. You know, spoopy time. You want scary stuff? Thing is one thing, and then it sounds like the other MAGA guy who's friends with New Moon is harassing her and stuff. The abusiveness, yeah. Y'all take care. Bye. Wild exotic animals from another country, calling her husband illegal immigrants. These people are insane. God.
Tasha is a woman who occasionally posts short TikToks about her life. She's not really an influencer by any means,
It's
but
linked on her
one
Instagram.
particular
Okay.
video of hers went viral
Then I think
quickly
it's
after she
fine.
captured a strange and
We were basically
unsettling
at the end of it
encounter
anyway.
while out by the river with her dog, just trying to enjoy some quiet time in nature. Suddenly, she heard someone moving through the water toward her. Her dog immediately sensed danger, and that's when she started recording.
This guy down here doesn't see me sitting here.
Oh, I've seen this video.
He's trying to creep up.
This is why I need to train Hermes to be an attack dog. Yeah, I think if there was, speaking of the fact that he seemingly knew that there was already a legal battle happening, I would have reached out to her to talk with her in that regards. If there's possibility of a legal battle happening, I would say no. But since there was already a legal battle happening against her and she is like defending herself, I think he should have reached out to her, frankly. Is he trying to creep? Like, is he trying to break in? Is that what he's doing?
What are you doing? You can't get out here, sir.
Yeah, he's trying to get out onto her property, I think. Attack!
No! Don't! Don't come! Don't come!
No, don't Bell come. Get him.
What are you doing?
Now her dog
Some
started
lighthearted
barking
videos.
and moving toward the man, clearly sensing that something was off.
Get him.
Tasha, trying to stay calm, called out to him, hoping he'd say something back.
Him not talking is creepy and weird. I've seen this one.
You're not taking my tube, boy. I'm recording.
He's like covered in tattoos.
I seen all of you. I got all of you on camera. Then go get with them.
Tasha later discovered that the man was actually out on parole and had a criminal record for drug abuse, sexual assault, and possession of weapons. Knowing
Yikes.
that makes the whole situation even more disturbing. It's clear this man was extremely dangerous and hadn't learned anything from his past. It's chilling to see someone like that approach a woman alone by the river as if nothing had happened. Thankfully,
Yeah,
her
men
dog
suck.
stood its ground and kept him at a distance. When he realized he was being filmed, he quickly backed off and awkwardly asked if the boat was hers.
Rising out of the water,
Well,
LOL.
guess what? Even if it wasn't, it was none of his business, especially given his background. According to some people in the comments, he's now back in jail for violating his parole.
Yeah, I bet.
Honestly, he brought that on himself.
Jesus.
Paul is a guy who absolutely loves
Hi, Paul.
nature, hiking, camping, and spending time outdoors. A few months ago, he began posting a series on his channel documenting his journey
Hi,
along
Weasel
the
Weasel.
Pacific Crest Trail,
We will be
a
live much
massive
longer, it's
route
late
that
here.
stretches
I wanna
roughly
go to bed.
2,650 miles. He uploaded a video every single day for 149 days,
Fun.
showing the ups and downs of his adventure. But on day 104, something happened that left a lasting mark on him. As he was hiking like usual, he noticed something off to the side of the trail. Something that instantly made him stop and take a closer look.
Never a good sign.
And there's this kind of cloud clinging to the lower ground. Because I'm quite low myself, I can't show you properly. But it's kind of like a big, thick, heavy cloud.
I blew in your
inversion.
ear.
It looks
do you
really,
mean?
really nice. Just keep getting glimpses of it. And there's moisture just dripping off everything, off all the trees and all the plants. I know it wouldn't have been very nice to be out in it last night. I did see a few people I know that had been posting on Instagram that they were caught up in it.
A low cloud, he said?
Someone's been busy there,
Okay, this is not creepy.
making a pine cone heart.
It was a heart made out of pine cones.
Wait, I'm so sorry.
Something so
You blew
simple,
into the mic.
yet so genuine
there is-
and heartwarming. I really
mic's,
wish
like,
what
down
he
here.
found
It's just
next
the
had been
laptop
just as
mic.
wholesome as this sweet little sign left behind by other hikers.
So, I didn't.
But unfortunately,
There's no mic right here.
it wasn't.
Just
Take
the
a look.
onboard mic.
Just come from this direction, walking down this trail here, and to the side of me.
The
is
narrator
this
thinking that was
big
creepy is very funny.
volcanic feature. I'm going to guess it's either a sill or a dike. I can't remember the difference between them, but just through here on some of the rocks, there seems to be a big pile of. It kind of looks like trash, but it also looks like it could be
Bye.
a sleeping bag.
Okay.
And I can't see anyone there. It's just a little bit strange, so I'm just going to have a wander in and make sure that there's nothing nasty going on.
Nothing nasty going on. But a lovely chap. Making sure nothing nasty is going on.
Hello?
Obviously, everything is blurred, but you'll soon understand why. Oh, is it a body? Is it a body? A heart of pine cones is not a fairy circle.
Oh my goodness.
Why am I freezing? Uh-oh, we're buffering. Hold on. Hold on. Did I lose Wi-Fi? Hang on. Okay, I think we're back.
It's me.
Can you hear me okay? No, pause. Okay, we're at 6:26. Hang on, let me just refresh this. Sorry, chat. 1 second. 1 second. Let me just make sure. Yeah, the connection seems... It says fine over here on the... What's it called? It's weird. No, it's definitely on my end. Can hear, can't see it. I turned off the window because I was checking something. Can you see me? No, I know. You guys, there's this thing called pausing the video. The video is frozen because I paused it. Am I frozen? What do you mean? You guys are funny. Okay. Should be fine now. I am on hotel Wi-Fi. It's probably my end.
My goodness me.
Is it a dead body? I'm worried it's a dead body.
Oh no.
Is it a dead body?
Oh no.
Please give us a description, dude.
I'm not sure if I've just found a body.
Oh.
At first, he wasn't completely sure if what he was seeing was actually a human.
Literally one of my
anything.
biggest fears when
Maybe
I'm
a
camping
mannequin
or I'm
or
climbing.
old clothes. But as he got closer and
In
started
Joshua Tree,
investigating,
it's one of my biggest
he
fears
noticed something
because
that
of
confirmed his
bouldering,
worst
rock
suspicion.
climbers. There's so
I'll
many
let him
big rocks
explain
and
what happened
crevasses.
next.
But I didn't
They're not
think it would happen to
particularly
me.
hard to
I've
get
just
stuck
found
in.
somebody's remains at
Yeah.
the side of the trail. And when I say the side of the trail, kind of like off that side of the trail, maybe 50 feet or so. I thought it was a pile of trash to start with, and I thought I would just go and investigate. When I got closer to it, it became obvious that it was the remains of a hiker. There was a backpack there, a sun umbrella, some trekking poles, and then I spotted the leg bones completely stripped. The tent was there, you know, all the sort of stuff you would associate with a through hiker or a long section hiker. And then when I turned around to leave the scene to get back to the trail, that's when I spotted the skull.
Oh.
And that just obviously confirmed everything. There was a couple behind me, Adam and Jennifer, thank goodness. They helped me out, and Adam called 911. He had a little bit of service, and there's some deputies coming out to meet us.
He and the couple immediately called the police, and fortunately, authorities arrived soon after and recovered the body. What made the situation even stranger was that the body wasn't far from the main trail,
That's
and
very
based on its
common.
condition, it looked like it had been there for about a year. Hopefully,
Unfortunately, that is very common. It's very easy to get lost, and I think people don't understand that. It's also very easy to get dehydrated or get confused. You know, you never know. It could have been, obviously we don't know what happened to this person just yet. Maybe they'll tell us, but, you know, being that not far off the trail is actually fairly common. I believe there was an instance where I went like hiking in Joshua Tree, and they always have like the missing person stuff like posted. And by the time we came back, we found out, I believe he had killed his girlfriend and then killed himself, I believe, in Joshua Tree. If I'm remembering this correctly, this was years ago, so I may be misremembering details. But they found their bodies not more than, I would say, like 20 or 30 yards away from the trail that my friend and I had been on. Like, not particularly far off the trail. And it's you know, sometimes if people are used to trails, they may not go off and go exploring, you know, especially in a desert space. Like, say, this is obviously a woods, a lot more can be hidden here than a desert space in like Joshua Tree, but still, with rocks and plants and everything like that and wildlife, you never know.
Paul's discovery brought some closure to a family that may have been searching endlessly for a loved one. However, Police mentioned that there hadn't been any recent missing person reports matching the case, which makes the situation even more mysterious. Paul chose not to film the police interaction or share any
Smart.
photos out of respect for the deceased and his audience.
Smart.
It's a heartbreaking encounter, and a reminder of why you should never hike completely alone, and always make sure someone knows where you are. Before moving on to the next video, I want to give you a quick warning. This next clip involves hunting. There's no footage of the animal being shot,
This dude just
but it does
found
show
a
the
dead
animal
body.
afterward as it's being prepared to take home. So,
Dude.
if that kind of content makes you uncomfortable, feel free to skip ahead. Limitless Outdoors is a hunting channel that explores
know.
forests and other wild areas,
know.
showcasing hunts of various animals. Their content is popular among hunters and outdoor enthusiasts. In this particular video, they faced a situation that could have become extremely dangerous. While on a hunt near a creek, they shot a large moose. After bagging and preparing the meat for transport, they left it by the creek and went a few miles back to fetch their raft. But while they were gone, something unexpected happened.
Pressing up the drainage and got to this vantage point and were able to look down and see Colton's moose all decked up on the river.
Okay.
What we also saw that we weren't expecting, though, is a big brown bear on the carcass, and we knew as we had to go in there, we were in for a little bit of a confrontation, and we were wondering just how it was going to turn out.
You didn't have to go do that. That's really far away, actually. You could have totally avoided this. You did not need to engage with this animal.
Our biggest disadvantage moving in on this kill was that we had to drop down in the brush and our visibility was extremely limited. So we tried to position ourselves in a way and be loud enough that this bear would know we were there and we could see him as far away as possible, which was not very far at all.
Put another coin in the men. You guys have any games on your phone? I'm so sorry. The way this... Bitch, I see you. That's so stupid. He's looking at us. Yeah, you're coming to try and take his food, dude. It's your fault for leaving it out like that. Dummies. God. It's your fault for not guarding your spot.
Seeing this, most people might have left the kill and stayed safe, but this was a massive moose, and the hunters weren't about to leave it. They
Leave it.
cautiously approached.
Ugh, you guys are dumb. That's the meat.
I don't think you like that.
I don't think you like that. Yeah, you guys are not being smart.
He's big. All the way out on the edge. Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy. Fucking stupid.
Hey, buddy.
I'm choosing the bear. The bear hasn't moved.
Video for a second.
I hope he jumps your asses.
He's back. Oh, there he is. Hey. Hey.
That's a huge
How are
fucking
you?
bear. You guys are so fucking dumb. You guys are... It's a brown bear, too. You guys are fucking stupid.
There was a tense standoff for a few minutes. The
That was
bear
not a
wanted the
standoff.
hunters to back off,
Yeah, no
and the
shit.
hunters wanted
It's
the
a
same from him.
huge fucking bear.
Eventually, the bear seemed to agree to let them have it, as long as he got the rest of the hunt. After a careful negotiation, the bear retreated into the bushes while the
Fucking
hunters
idiots.
inflated the raft and loaded the meat.
Y'all are
He's
dumb.
trying to bury the moose.
So dumb.
Yeah, so here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna pump up your raft. And I'm gonna
Stand guard.
be a bear guard. It's not super aggressive. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. What these rototills do. Hey, bud. Look, we're just gonna get our meat. You're gonna stay in there.
We're just gonna get our meat and you're gonna stay there. Okay,
there
I'm
he
sure
is.
he's gonna listen to you.
Okay, look at me.
If you shoot the bear, I'm actually gonna come punch you.
Okay, pump up your ass. Get out of here.
Leave the bear alone.
Nothing like pumping up a raft while you have a angry bear hanging out by you.
Yeah. We gotta get all those quarters in that raft.
Once the boat was loaded, the hunters got away safely without seeing the bear again. That bear was enormous and could have easily launched a surprise attack, but the hunters handled the
He had
situation
better things to
perfectly
do than
and
deal with some
secured
idiots
what
and-
was
yeah.
theirs. Everything
Jeez.
ended without incident. The bear may have thought it was in for an easy day, but in the end, the hunters came out on top. Tell me
Well,
what you think in the comments.
I think your
and while you're
narration is
down
bad.
there, you might as well hit that subscribe
That's
button.
what I think.
We're very close to 100,000 subscribers. There's also a hype button. Each click tells YouTube that this content deserves more attention, helping it reach a wider audience. It's free, and you can always change your mind later. Pasha is a Russian YouTuber who likes to explore unusual locations,
Yeah.
known for strange occurrences. His videos are well appreciated by viewers, and he always comes back with more. In this video, however, he might have put his safety at risk, visiting a place even stranger than usual.
Всем привет! Вы на канале Просто Чезы. Эта история будет отличаться от всего, что вы видели раньше. Все происходящее может даже показаться странным, нестандартным. Перед тем, как начать записывать это вступление, я пробежался по
This is why we
здешним
live
местам,
longer, yeah.
дабы подтвердить историю, о которой сейчас расскажу. Скажу так, это будет нечто. Кто-то разбрасывает сумасшедшими количествами конфеты по всему лесу и вешает на деревья ведьмовские знаки. И все это происходит в старом, жутком заброшенном поселке, который находится глубоко в лесу. Итак, я в полном одиночестве на закате отправлюсь в эту лесистую местность и проверю эти жуткие вещи, которые происходят здесь. Есть ли в них какая-то мистика, это страшилка от местных селян, или это просто чей-то розыгрыш? Сейчас все это проверю сам и покажу, конечно же, вам.
He began his hike
Yeah,
through the
probably.
forest and soon came across exactly
This is
what
probably
the
AI
area is
narration,
known
you're
for.
probably correct.
Scattered candy and various symbols hanging from the trees.
Scattered
На
candy.
протяжении всего моего пути будут встречаться заброшенные здания. Моя главная задача — разузнать, кто разбрасывает по всему лесу конфеты. Главное, зачем. Почему везде висят ведьмовские знаки. Я вам покажу.
That was creepy.
He continued and found many more symbols in the trees, but after seeing dozens,
But also,
a
if I
very
lived in the
real
woods, I would
question
totally be leaving
formed.
candy out.
Who was doing this?
To
And
be a
more
little shit.
importantly, why? After a while, he arrived at an abandoned
Jump
house
scared by
deep
my
in
mother
the woods,
tongue.
which also seemed covered in symbols. Thinking it might be connected, he decided to go inside. But let me tell you, it only gets creepier.
Oh, please. Oh, please. Ilya Rosa.
While walking through the house, he suddenly heard a noise coming from the attic.
Goofy.
Место настолько находится далеко от цивилизации, что на улице не лая собак.
Almost like you're in
только
someone's
звери.
home, maybe? I Have you considered you're in someone's squat? A perfectly good place in the woods. You don't think someone's gonna squat there? Please. Feel staged? You don't say. Don't go up. Don't be dumb. Oh my god, he's a fucking idiot. I'm so mean to the people in these videos. It's gonna be a human being. It's a person. If you stick your head up there, you're so dumb. Oh my god, dude. Dude. Why are you making us do it? Why are you making us check? Bro. Bro, yeah, someone's sleeping there, dude.
There was nothing there. Feeling uneasy, he decided to lie
maybe
down
behind the
on a
giant
mat
hunk
inside
of...
the house,
No!
just to see if anything unusual would happen.
You were stupid.
Of course, he didn't really expect anything. It was more to dramatize the situation a bit. But to his surprise, something actually did happen.
Досижу до конца и уйду.
Me. I'm in your walls. Haha. Ye old hatter. This is so dumb. Men are so silly. Yeah, it's like it's outside. It's probably an animal. It's probably the nature. You are outside in the nature.
Не закрыл. Что это за херня? Эта штука бесит.
Most trapped rooms, yeah. This is so dumb.
Someone tried to get inside.
I don't
Seeing
think that's
this,
what happened.
Pasha went out and checked to see who was there. It's possible that the person who was leaving all these things behind actually lived there or was
Gee.
hiding somewhere nearby.
You don't
When he
say.
saw the light coming from Pasha's camera, he probably left in a hurry. It's very possible that when Pasha went outside, he was being watched from the distance, from the shadows, by that same person. Creepy. Pasha knew it wouldn't be a good idea to stay there for the night, so he left, leaving
Gee.
the identity of that
Smartest thing you
person
did.
unknown.
Why would you
Now,
get their
why
identity?
that person is leaving candy and strange symbols behind?
Who says it's the
No
same
one
person?
knows, but honestly, those candies could have lured me into that forest too.
They could have
Creepy
literally-
Outdoors
yeah.
is a guy who really
Creepy
enjoys
Outdoors.
camping deep in
Gee,
the forest.
I wonder how it's gonna
Despite
go.
having the word creepy in his channel name, his videos aren't usually about paranormal stuff. The name mostly fits because he films at night, and as we all know, everything in the woods feels a bit creepier after dark. Throughout
we
his
all
time
know.
on YouTube, he's had a few strange encounters, but in this particular video, things took a really unsettling turn. He was out there alone with
Like
his
2x
dog,
speed.
Nika,
No, we are gonna
camping
fight
in the
brain
middle
rot,
of the
10-10.
woods. After chopping some firewood and practicing his axe throwing, he lit a fire as the sun slowly disappeared behind the horizon. And that's when everything changed.
And I'm a little shook up right now because I heard some strange sounds. Stay here, Mika. Stay here. It sounded like some sort of growling. I'm not sure. I wasn't recording. I was just enjoying my night, and Hello?
Shh. It's okay.
Let's see.
I'm just talking to my dog right now.
Just whacking in the woods.
Mika, stay here. Stay.
He's in the woods. He's just chilling in the woods. Of course, there's weird
Come,
stuff in the woods.
come,
The
come,
woods.
come, stay.
Why are we being weird about the woods?
Stay here, good boy. Good
Now
boy,
we're just being
stay,
silly
sit.
about the woods.
Sit down. Hello? What the
What the fuck? So funny.
If you got here, comment the word monster.
I don't really want to do that, dude.
What the?
What could have made that knock? He had no idea, and as Mika
It's
tried to go
Bigfoot.
check it out, he quickly called her back.
It's a good boy.
At that point, he was clearly on edge,
Bigfoot
trying to
chat.
figure out what could be
Like we
lurking
said.
out there in the dark. He even started telling himself it might just be a bear, but the fact that he was
Just
hoping
might.
it was a bear
Maybe
says a
it's-
lot. It means
maybe
he
it's a
probably
bear.
thought it could be something far more
All
dangerous.
the bears. Maybe it's bear.
I have no idea what the hell this is. I'm hoping it's like a bear or something just
I'm
walking by.
hoping
but
it's like a bear.
There's these
You
banging
rarely
sounds
hope
on
things
both
are
ends.
bears.
I'm not. Stay. Okay, well.
Yeah, they
out-
do
out of
that.
all
They
my
use music to
camping
make it
trip, I've
creepier.
never been this freaked out.
The sounds eventually stopped, and there were no more knocks for the rest of the night. He made it through until morning, but couldn't stop thinking about what it actually was. And honestly, I can't blame him. If I heard that, I'd be packing up in the next second. No Bigfoot is eating me, all right? I'd like to think it was just an animal. But what if it was something entirely different? Something
Like?
just standing there watching him. Yeah, the forest hits very differently at night.
Yeah, basically.
Now,
It's
let me
usually
give you a
Bearman
bit of
or
context
Squatter.
before the next video. It was filmed in Irkutsk, in Russia's Siberia, where hundreds of villagers reportedly saw a huge glowing object, pink
Or a
and
Girl
blue in
Scout. It's
color,
rarely a Girl Scout.
hurtling toward Earth before crashing loudly in a wooded area. The event got widespread attention in Russia and was even reported by Interfax, the government news agency. However, in the West, it was almost completely ignored, if
I
not
know, I need
deliberately
Girl
kept
Scout
out of
cookies.
public view.
I
Soon
need to
after
go
the
buy Girl
impact,
Scout
a
cookies
massive
soon.
team of officials, including military personnel, Secret Service agents, and members of the Science Ministry, arrived at the supposed crash site within hours. While there's no official information about what was actually found there, not long after this event, a man named Michael Cohen released a video showing something strange he and a friend stumbled upon near a forest. Take a look.
Пойдем. Где нашли? Вон, видишь. Сейчас сюда проходим, смотри. Вон она, сука, безобразие лежит.
What is that?
Сейчас, погоди, подожди.
Is it a thing?
Да вот, ебать, часа 2 назад, хули, ебаный, бля. Собака, хули, унюхалась.
Is it alien?
И все, мы хули, думаем, что за нахуй?
Oh, it's just a tree root. Oh, they think it's an
Да я
alien.
хуй знает, погоди, смотри. Вообще, ебать, ебать, что за нахуй-то это? Ну, да, понятно, что
Obviously,
дохлый.
it's dead. Just a dead thing, basically.
Дохляк, короче, лежит.
Она не наша планета.
Полнейшая дохлятина.
Инопланетяне.
That does look crazy.
Ноги хули нету, ебаный, видишь, нахуй.
Is its life all fucked up?
Мгм.
I'd dig
Вообще,
it.
как это ебать тень. Непонятная.
Он уже, наверное, с неделю лежит, наверное, тут.
Но...
Если не больше.
Now, yes, I know. There are a few websites that try to prove this video is fake. However, most of them just share opinions based on how the footage looks, rather than any solid evidence. Many people still believe this video is completely genuine, and that it shows an actual alien caught on camera.
Oh, okay.
You can watch it yourself as many times as you want, and decide what you think. Now, here's something interesting to consider. A lot of people mention the coincidence that the alien looks exactly like how we see them in movies. But aren't those movie depictions actually based on eyewitness accounts and supposed real-life encounters? I'm not saying this video is 100% real, but you have to admit, the only reason we don't believe it might be true is because it sounds too unbelievable.
Yeah.
But what if, just maybe, it is?
Just maybe.
That's it for today. If you enjoy these kinds of videos, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon.
Chat, we're done for tonight. Thank you guys for hanging out with me while I get my brain back from editing. And I'm going to go ahead and call it a night because it is 10:24 here. And this is my last night here, so I'm going to go pass out. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys. I probably won't go live tomorrow because I fly back tomorrow. So maybe Monday. Alrighty.